All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome out to Speed Racing Network, where we present the 2020 iRacing Virtual Cup Series Championship race here at Phoenix. My name is Sean Griffith. I am here with Adam Pettit. Adam, how's it going tonight?
Good. How are you doing, Sean?
Man, we are doing fantastic. This is going to be an amazing race. They have gone 35 weeks of racing already this season. This is week number 36, the championship. 4 drivers will come in, 1 will leave as the champion.
Wow, this is going to get incredible. I got a feeling. I'm ready. Bring
Well,
it on.
well, let's talk about the race. So 220 laps tonight. So it's only a 1-mile track. So it's a nice kind of short track that doesn't really drive as a short track. But so 220 laps. There are going to be stages, even though the stage points really don't mean anything tonight. And the rules of the game tonight are simple. If you're the first one across the finish line that's still in the playoffs, then you are our champion.
All right. So you don't have to be the winner of the race to get this tonight, right?
Not at all. So if you are the first playoff driver that has qualified for the championship, if you are the first playoff driver across that finish line at the end, it is all over and you win the money, you win the glory, and you win a nice little prize, which we're showing right now from Custom Paints and Diecasts. Check them out on Facebook. You'll receive your car as a custom diecast car, which is, man, that's kind of a cool little deal.
That is awesome. Yes, that is definitely awesome.
Well, out there in the chat, you're good. Out there in the chat already, we've got Patrick York saying, let's go, Zach York. So, hey, if you're out there watching us right now, go ahead, chime in on the chat. This is going to be a fun race. Let's talk about each of our drivers, and then we're going to talk to each of these drivers, hopefully really quickly before they get out there and race. So, first, let's start off with Timothy Latham. And, Adam, this guy has been a beast all season.
Got 7 wins during the regular season and 3 so far in the playoffs. 10 wins out of 35. That's an incredible record.
Absolutely. And now here's the important thing. We're at Phoenix, and the last time we were at Phoenix was way back in week 4, and Timothy led every single lap of that race.
Wow. Well, hopefully he can do it again tonight. I know that's probably what he's going to be trying to do.
Definitely. And so his biggest strength, honestly, is that he just doesn't make mistakes. I mean, this guy, he's a robot when he gets out there on the track. And I don't mean that in a bad way. He hits his marks every single time. And if you do that, then consistently, you'll be further and further ahead of the group.
Yes, consistency is very key in racing, especially on asphalt ovals.
Well, let's see if we can't pull him up here into the chat and talk to him just really briefly. Kind of get some words from Mr. Timothy himself. So, hey, Timothy, this is Sean and Adam up in the booth. How's it going, buddy?
It's going pretty good. Just doing some practice.
Absolutely, man. So, tell us, what's your strategy tonight?
Go out there, hit the gas, turn left, hopefully be first at the end.
That's all it really takes. I mean, what did you have to do to prepare for this? I know in the first Phoenix race you dominated, but a lot has changed on iRacing since then. We got a couple guys that weren't in the race that week. So Zach and Chad were not in the race that week. So what did you have to do to practice?
I mean, this whole team's been working on the car for the last few weeks, and I've been working on it myself a little bit here to make the changes for the league. Since we run less fuel, it's a lot hotter than A Open and NIS. So, just doing the small things, trying to do all that stuff. And I know Chad is really quick. He's on a really good team. I haven't seen how Nexus has been doing with Oskar, and then the Arrows are they're a quiet organization, but they're there. So I'm really looking forward to it. We've really been preparing and practicing all week, and hopefully we can stay out front and get another win.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll let you get right back to it, but congratulations on making the championship, and we will see you at the end.
All righty. Sounds good.
All right, buddy. All right, so that was Timothy Latham, and Adam, I got to tell you, he does not sound too worried right now.
No, he sounded pretty confident, pretty calm, cool, and collected, and that's definitely the mindset you're going to want for tonight.
All right, so let's see if we can talk about the next guy on the list. So Zach York, and so Adam, funny story about this guy. He wasn't even supposed to be in the playoffs. He decided to go off to college, which, by the way, good decision. But he didn't think that he would even be here. And then right before the first race of the playoffs, he said, you know what, I'm in. And now here he is racing for a championship. And so, I mean, it is going to be a lot of fun tonight, especially with Zach York out there. He is one of those guys that, his best playoff finish was second place back at the Roval, but he is a short track expert. So he's actually got 2 wins on short tracks, the second most top 5, second most poles, second best average finish. This guy has been pretty much second all year long, and now here he is with a shot to do it, Adam.
Well, hopefully he can tonight. I know, being in second, you've only got, one more spot to get there, and hopefully tonight he can.
Well, let's see if we can't talk to him and find out what his strategy is. Hey, Zach, this is Sean and Adam up in the booth. How's it going, buddy?
Good, how are you guys?
Man, doing excellent. Congratulations first off on even being here, and coming back from college and deciding to be in this playoff, and now here you are racing for a championship. What's your strategy tonight?
Tonight it's about keeping the cars safe, because our car's set for night, or when it gets dark at least, and the track cools off. So just really looking forward to having the car at the end, just keeping it safe, not hitting the wall, not getting too loose, not messing up the car at all.
Absolutely, man. So I mean, you weren't at the race back in week 4, but I'm assuming you've raced on Phoenix a few times.
Yeah, this is my first rodeo, but I do like Phoenix. I love turn 3 and 4. It would be 1 and 2 in real life NASCAR, but 3 and 4 here in iRacing, that's kind of one of my favorite turns. I love racing here.
Awesome, man. We can't wait to see you do it. We're going to let you get right back to it. We will see you at the end of the race, all right?
Yep, see you guys.
All right, buddy. All right, let's move on to Chad Guennigsman. So Chad is Mr. Consistency in my eyes. This is the guy that, Adam, he's always there in contention, but he kind of sneaks up on you. He starts off kind of slow. He takes his time, lets the car come to him, and then all of a sudden there he is.
Mr. Methodical, it sounds like then?
That's about right. I mean, he's pretty patient out there on the track. You're one of those racers also, Adam. So what does it take to be patient on the track and let the race come to you? Is that difficult to learn?
Yeah, actually, that is very difficult to learn. It is a discipline that cannot be learned overnight, and it's something that I've had the luxury of being able to learn in MSM, and that's what really helped me, and hopefully Chad can use that to his advantage tonight.
Well, let's see if we can't grab Chad and talk to him just a little bit about what his strategy is tonight. Hey, Chad, Sean, and Adam up in the booth. How's it going, man?
Good. How about you guys?
Man, we are doing fantastic. We cannot wait for this race to start. Tell us, what is your strategy tonight?
For me, keeping the car clean the first 2 stages. I didn't get a whole lot of track time this week, so just got to take a little bit to see what the car has. And it'll be good. I just need to figure out how I need to drive the track with it, with the track being a little bit hotter than what I did practice at. So I just think keeping it clean, staying consistent, and being there at the end when it counts.
It's great that you said consistent, because we've been talking about you being consistent all year long and really being the guy that not necessarily starts up front, but somehow finds a way to be up in that mix at the end. Is that are you going to lay back for a while to let the track come to you tonight?
So I wouldn't necessarily say I'll lay back, but I'm not going to push the car any faster than I have to. Stage points aren't going to do anything for me, so it'll just be a matter to see what I have and see what adjustments I need to make to pick up the track and have a chance at the end.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you get right back to it. We don't want to keep you too long, but good luck tonight. Hope to see you there at the finish line. All right, so we'll let Chad get back to it. I'll tell you right now, I don't see Oskar out in the chat right now, so we will have to get back to him a little bit later. But before we leave Chad here, Adam, he's got the most pole positions in the league. Is that something that matters right now at this stage?
This, yes and no. It sounds like everyone's talking about keeping the car clean for the first couple stages, and when you're up there, racing kind of takes over, and you want to race, you want to battle, and hopefully if he does get the pole, he can kind of break away. But it sounded like he wasn't too sure about what the track's going to do. So maybe tonight, from a strategy standpoint, I don't know if I'd worry about going out there and trying to get on the pole. Just kind of sit back there, get a feel for the car, get a feel for the track, and then start moving your way up.
All right, last but certainly not least out there is Oskar Jensen. And Oskar has been that thorn in Timothy Latham's side all year long. He's been the guy that is in second place a lot. He's the second most wins in the league, the second most laps led in the league. He's got 3 playoff wins. Adam, this guy is a real contender.
Yeah, it sounds like it, because he's got a win at Richmond here and a win at Bristol here in the playoffs. And obviously this is not as short as either of those, but the mentality and the racing does kind of count over, or come over into this type of track. So hopefully he can put the success from those 2 races and put it here in this one, and hopefully get himself a win tonight.
Yeah, Oskar was in the race in week 4. He was doing extremely well, and then all of a sudden got into an incident, and then he went down 46 laps and finished there. So if he can keep it clean tonight, I think he's got a real shot at Adam.
It sounds like it. The name of the game, especially because this league does not have fast repairs, correct?
That's absolutely correct. Yep.
Yeah, so tonight's just going to be all about keeping that car clean and, battling at the end. And it sounds like we got 4 great drivers that are getting ready to do battle tonight.
Yes, we do. And so we've got some other guys out on the track, too. We've got 14 drivers out there. They're in qualifying right now. But for those of you that are just joining us, let us show you what the winners are going to get here. So top 4 are getting paid out. And in the league, the top, I think it was top 12 got paid out. But these are the top 4. So first place tonight, you get $235. Second place, $100. Third place, $75. And fourth place, $50. But Adam, that's not the coolest thing.
No, the coolest thing to me is that custom diecast race car. Wouldn't that be awesome to get from your championship winning?
That's better than any trophy. You could put that up on your mantle, and everybody will ask what that is, and you can tell them about your championship. So that is compliments of Custom Paints and Diecast. So we appreciate them helping us out with that diecast car. So go and check them out on Facebook, Custom Paints and Diecasts.
For sure. I didn't even know about them, but after hearing about this, I'm going to have to go do it myself.
Definitely. So now we got some other big news, Adam. So we kind of announced this week in the Discord, but now let's officially do this. So we are talking about next season. We are calling it the S-Rock Series, the Speed Racing Open Cup Series. So that's going to start on February 12th. It's going to be $10 per week. There's going to be 18 weeks. And so we're going to basically follow the NASCAR schedule. There'll be a couple little changes in there just to try to kind of keep the feel of it. But it's going to be an Open Cup League just like what we're in right here. 75% distance, so nice, long, fun races. But here's the big kicker, $500 first place, more than double what they're going to get this year.
That is awesome. From the sound of that, maybe I'll be running next year with these guys.
That's always how it goes with my broadcast partners. They always end up racing and instead of broadcasting with me. So that's kind of how it works out. But that's okay. We want everybody to have a good time with it. So once again, for those that are just joining us, going back to where we're at. So we are at Phoenix Raceway. So 220 laps here at this 1 mile track. There are stages, but the stages don't matter at all tonight as far as the championship is concerned. So the only thing that matters is who comes across that finish line first of those championship 4. No fast repairs tonight. And so the hard part with that, Adam, is you get any damage at all, it is going to really hurt you here.
Yes, it definitely is. I know these cars are, even at a short track, air is a very big thing here. So I know that a lot of the drivers are going to be focused on keeping that car clean.
Yeah, they are. And that's really what they've been talking about all the time is just keep it clean, just relax. We've got 220 laps of this. And so I don't really think there's going to be a ton of pushing at first. I think they're going to kind of just lay back and let it come to them. I will let you know that up in the qualifying right now. We'll get into the grid here in a second, but right now in qualifying, Timothy Latham, first place, Chad Guennigsman, second place, Zach York, third place, and Oskar is just now making his laps. And so those championship contenders are definitely rising to the top.
Always rises to the top. Oh, look at that. Oskar just came in. He's in 5th right now.
So, yeah, this is going to be a really, really tight race between these 4. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Now, out there in the chat. Rocket Zach York, that's Matthew York talking. I'm guessing that's your brother. And then Go Get It Oscar from Kirk Jensen. Zach, your little brother told me to cheer you on. Let's go. That's from David R. And then Go York from Trevor. So a lot of York fans out there today. We are really, really glad you guys are here. We are going to get this party started here in about 30 seconds. Qualifying ends, and then we will show you guys the grid. So Adam, what do you expect to see tonight?
I plan on seeing patience for the first, 2 stages. Like you say, since stage points don't matter, all it's going to be is just a, opportunity to come down pit road, make an adjustment, get 4 tires, fuel in the car. So I honestly could see stage 1 being pretty boring because you are going to have that, in there, and then kind of get ready for stage 2 so you can make an adjustment, and I think things are really going to heat up here in stage 3.
Honestly, I really hope that this is a long green flag race, because I think that the pit strategy will come into play. I think that that's a lot tougher to do on a short track like this. So I really hope we go green, because we'll see a lot of different pit strategies. But let's check out right now and check out the grid. So we're going to start off with Timothy Latham up there on the pole, Chad Guennigsman in second, Zach York in third. So Adam, you want to take the next 3?
We got Benjamin here in 4th. We have Oscar in 5th, Dakota in 6th, and I'll let you go.
Yeah, Justin Boyles in 7th. So now remember, Justin is the one that created the iVCS. So we certainly appreciate him. Can't wait to see what he does next season. Kendall Levron in 8th, Jordan Sailors in 9th, Tim Hendry 10th, Jason Tripp in 11th, and Greg Edney rounding off that top 12, and you can see them down in the pits right now getting ready to go.
Yeah, we have all 4 drivers are in the top 5 here?
That's correct. So all 4 drivers starting off in the top 5. Now we do have a 55-lap first stage. So the first stage is going to be a nice quick one. It's not going to take too long to get there, but we are going to get down there onto the track, and you will see Timothy Latham in his Baja Lime. That's Ray's Energy Drinks. So that is his sponsor, and you can see right next to him Chad Guennigsman in the Abruzzi car.
Those are very clean-looking race cars. I like those. Ooh, same with those 2.
Yeah, you got the flying arrows on the second row. So you got Zach York and his teammate Benjamin D. They're on the outside. And then 5th, he is not logged in yet. He is not loaded into the race. And there he is, Premier Private Car Service. That is Oskar Jensen. So that, again, top 5, you have all 4 playoff drivers. We will point out a couple others here. So Dakota Jorgensen up in 6th. Love that car. Justin Boyles decided to go a little crazy this time around. So I'll tell you, Adam, and you weren't here for this, but the last time Justin drove this car, it didn't turn out very well for him. It was at Bristol, and he spun a few times. So I think he's trying to get the monkey off his back here.
Well, hopefully he can tonight.
All right, well, let's get back up front here as the pace car brings us around for our pacing lap, and then we are going to get all the fun started. 220 laps, but the first stage is 55. We're going to see if any of these guys towards the back of the pack get a little bit froggy tonight, because this is their last chance to make a statement, even though they're not in the playoffs.
Yeah, I know these guys, that are not in the playoffs don't want to ruin anybody's chance that is in the playoffs, but we are still racing here, so everyone wants to go for the win.
All right, pace car dives off. Timothy Latham gets the start, and he takes off. Timothy Latham there on the inside. He's going to cut up to the outside and take that first spot. Chad Guennigsman is going to get in line in second, Zach York in third, and Oscar already moving into the 4th position. So there's your top 4.
You can see Timothy right there taking advantage of that dog leg.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of that, and so, I mean, I'm not a big racer. Adam is a much bigger racer than I am. What is the advantage of the dog leg?
You're obviously cutting the track, just making it a shorter distance. But one thing that I found out is doing that over and over again, it will start to wear on those tires. So that'll be interesting to see if Timothy can hold this up here for the rest of the night.
Well, right now you can see all 4 of the top 4 are in the playoffs still. They're running for that championship. Oskar Jensen already up 2 spots into 3rd position, so keep an eye out for him.
Yeah, definitely. He's already moved up, and looks like he's going after Chad right now.
And just
he's
for
not wasting any time.
No, not at all. And just for everybody's knowledge out there, we do have the track map here where you can see all the 4 drivers. So if they do get spread out, don't worry. We will still show you exactly where everybody is. But right now, the top 4 are showing out, and it looks like Latham has picked up a 0.4 of a second lead.
Yeah, he's Chad's keeping him honest though. He hasn't been able to pull away over the last couple laps.
Yeah, Chad is one of the most consistent drivers I've ever seen. And like I said in the pre-show, usually he's sitting back there in 5th, 6th, 7th, something like that, and then he takes off. This is a little bit different than what Chad normally does.
Well, I noticed too, he's not taking advantage of the dog leg, but yet he's still able to keep up with Timothy.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see, and we'll keep an eye on it throughout the night to find out. Does that dog leg really help in the long term or not? But I think all 4 of these guys are looking at a long run coming up because, again, not a ton of people on the track, 14 drivers out there, and none of them want to make a mistake. So everybody's kind of driving carefully right now.
It kind of looks that way. I know we had the 93 look like he must have got into something. He's about 20 seconds behind. Oh, we got a pass for second here. I think we got Oskar on the inside of Chad. Yep. The pass.
So Oskar takes off, and then you got Zach York also looking to make the pass on Chad Guennigsman there on the outside this time. We'll see if he can make that go. And it looks like he will get that run on the outside. He's going to go into 3rd position. So Chad just kind of laying back, not a ton, but he's still running good. But I think he's just letting the tires stay nice and fresh.
Yeah, I know when I race, that's always key for me. I kind of look at it. If you want to go around me right now, go for it. My plan is to gobble you up there towards the end. But as we say that, Timothy's pulling out to a nice little lead here.
Yeah, over a second for Timothy over Oskar. Now, Oskar is not going to let that stand. He's going to do everything in his power to track down Timothy Latham because if Timothy gets too far ahead, there's no way that anybody's going to catch him. He is just that good.
Just put it on cruise control.
Well, he's doing it. I mean, it looks like in the first couple corners, it looks like Oscar's got his number, but on the other 2 corners, it looks like Latham pulls way ahead.
Yeah, and that's one thing here, with these open setups. I'm not an open setup racer, but, I'm sure doing that, you're going to set up your car for a little bit better on one side versus the other, and, that's what we may be seeing right now.
Yeah, you definitely have to give and take on an open setup. You have to take whatever makes you feel the most comfortable and what can allow you to get a lead somewhere on the track because the worst thing you can do on an open setup or any setup for that matter is not be the best on any of the corners. And so, you gotta win somewhere.
Yes, for sure.
All right, so since Timothy's so far ahead and Oscar's starting to kind of pull away a little bit from Zach York, we're taking a look at Zach York, Chad Guennigsman. So everybody's kind of separating out, except back here, Kendall LeBron. He is racing Jordan Sailors. And this is for the 8th position. So that's the closest on the track right now. We don't want to pull away too far from our playoff contenders, but we do want to give everybody some screen time here. So you do have Kendall LeBron, who had a surprise win the very first week of the playoffs. Kind of shocked a lot of people. And he made a nice deep run into the playoffs. So we love seeing him here, even though he's not in the playoffs anymore.
Yeah, it looks like, who's that there in the 55?
That's Jordan Sailors.
Yeah, he's taking advantage of that dog leg, and looks like that's what's keeping LeBron, unfortunately, behind him.
So just a little bit further back, that's Greg Edney. So Greg was also another qualifier for the playoffs. So he was not able to continue. I believe he was out in the first round. And so, but still a lot of great drivers out here. Jordan Sailors was in that playoff hunt as well. I'm looking down the list. I think everybody that's on the track was in the playoffs at one point or another.
Well, it just shows that, that they're dedicated and, they may not be battling for a championship, but they're definitely using this as practice for, for next season.
Oh, yeah. Next season's going to be phenomenal for anybody out there that's watching or anybody that enjoys iRacing at all. Definitely come and join us next season. If you don't like open setups, we've got 3 fixed setup leagues as well. So definitely hit us up on Facebook or in Discord about those leagues. We'd be happy to get everybody out there racing. We just love iRacing so much. This is a blast for me.
Yeah, iRacing is a lot of my free time is dedicated to iRacing, whether that's, you know, working on my rig, racing, practicing. It's just definitely something that I really enjoy.
Well, everybody out there on the track getting spread out. The closest race right now is this one between Zach York and Oskar Jensen. Zach putting a little bit of pressure on Oskar, but I don't think that Zach's going to burn up his tires here.
No, or or he could be just to kind of see what it's like to be putting the car under this kind of pressure after about 15 laps on him, or has Oskar burned his stuff up here?
Well, Zach York takes that second position. Oskar goes down a little bit. Thought about going for the over-under there, but decided against it. So Zach York into second position. Oskar Jensen back to third.
It's still early in the race. I don't think you have to look too much into that right now.
Well, the other thing that we do have to look at, though, is take a look at the lap times between Zach York and Timothy Latham, because you can see Zach York is catching up. So, and I think that's more of a thing of Timothy just not wanting to burn up his tires than it is actually Zach being that much faster than him. But if he's not careful, then Zach's going to put a little bit more pressure on him.
Yeah, I know for me personally, when I'm out there, racing and in the lead, which isn't very often, but if I get out to a lead of about a second, I kind of start backing off, because to me it's not really worth pushing the car that hard. So maybe that's what Timothy's doing here, or York has just found something and is able to reel him in. Wow, looks like 2/10 that lap.
Yeah,
He's
so
getting close.
You can see the lap times for Latham. He is definitely falling off. Those tires are definitely falling off, and so that's one of the things that happens here, especially on a short track. Now, the fuel run here is about 60 laps. That's the same thing with a tire run, about 60 laps. So as we get to lap 25 through 55, which is our break for the first stage, you're going to see some slipping and sliding. You're going to see some decisions that have to be made. Do you want to come in now and get track position when the break happens, or do you want to stay out there and try to win the stage for whatever reason?
I would probably try to come down, with a couple laps to go, like you said, get that track position, and get yourself lined up for stage 2.
Yeah, this is going to be kind of a weird thing, because a lot of times, or most races, they are definitely jockeying for that stage position, for those stage points, that sort of thing. When it doesn't matter here, I think you're going to see it where right before the stage, people are going to come into pit, and it's going to be kind of counterintuitive to what we normally see.
Yeah, definitely. Oh,
Zach getting up underneath.
Inside.
And I think if anything, Timothy should let him go right here just for the heck of it, just to let him get out there a little bit and burn up his tires. But Timothy not letting up at all.
He's probably not going to. He's led every lap here at Phoenix in the iVCS. He doesn't want to give one away.
So Zach York going down to the inside once again and can't quite get there.
Oh! Bump.
I believe there might have been. And so that's definitely not going to make Timothy happy if there was a bump there, especially this early in the race. I mean, if you're coming up on the last lap and that happens, then okay. But lap 22, you're only a tenth of the way there. Let's take it a little bit easy. But Zach York on the high side can't quite get there again. So Timothy definitely holding up Zach here.
Yeah, it looks like that. It kind of looks like Zach's got a better car here, but just can't get around Timothy right now.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of a wiggle there from Zach York, but still going strong. But yeah, Latham definitely has company now, and this is nothing like Phoenix was, where Timothy basically dominated the entire race. People are challenging him now.
Yeah, it looks that way. York got to his back bumper there, but just quite can't get back there. Maybe he had to let those tires kind of cool down and get ready for another run here.
And so it's only a matter of time before these guys start deciding to pit. And, I mean, we still got another 25 laps or so before I think that decision starts to happen, as long as we stay under green. But while Latham's starting to pull away just a little bit, let's go back in the field just a little bit more here. So big fan favorite here, Ted Pullen. So Ted always has his family out there in the chat. He was a fantastic racer all season. We definitely enjoyed having him. We love seeing his family out there in the chat whenever they're here. So we appreciate him being here. I cannot wait to see what he does next season, because he's done nothing but improve all season long.
And that's what it's about, you know. A lot of time here in iRacing is, you know, just getting better, you know, week in, week out. Sometimes you don't get the wins to go with it, but it's always a good, you know, confidence booster to see some gain throughout the course of the season.
And then back just a little bit further, we have the leader of Speed Racing Network, and that is Jason Tripp there in the number 91 Speed Racing Network car. So we love having him here, and I'm saying that mostly because, you know, he's the one that gave me a job. I love seeing him out there anyway, but we just like picking on him a little bit. Love having him here in the iVCS. Oh, we do have a yellow flag, though. Looks like Kendall LeVron there on the apron. So this is going to be our first chance for a wreck replay. So we're going to go back and find out what happened to Kendall here. And you can see him coming up there in the 28 car.
Yeah, looks like he just gets a little loose off a corner exit there.
Yep, and that's all it takes here. Oh, he goes for a nice little spin. But see, usually that would not pull out a caution on another track. But here at Phoenix, because of the big dog leg there, they have to throw that caution. And so definitely frustration probably for the top four. They definitely wanted this to go a little bit further, I believe. But Kendall LeVron goes around, and we are under caution, and now people have to make decisions, Adam.
You're pitting here. You're getting 4 tires, fuel. Except for the 4 playoff drivers. Wow. Obviously, that is why I'm not in a championship round, because I do not make decisions like that.
Well, this is really intriguing here. Well, I don't know. It may not be that intriguing. I do know that they have tire limits in this league, and so they are definitely probably saving those tires for a little bit later on. And again, there's really no reason right now to lose the track position just for a run at the stage win. So a lot of different strategies going on here, a lot of different thought processes that could happen. The other guy that stayed out, that's PJ Engelkins there in the number 93 Gatorade car. So he stayed out as well. So the top 5 drivers out on the track staying out, everybody else getting fresh tires. So that might throw a kink into this stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens now when you get these fresh tires with, you know, cars that have been out there for 28 laps now.
Yeah, the first car that got brand new tires, Greg Edney in the number 30 car, and then Justin Boyles in the number 8. And I know Justin is a very aggressive driver. He's safe, he's clean, but he is very aggressive. He will push the issue if you let him. And so going to be interesting to see what happens here with Justin.
Yeah, you know, definitely the name of the game is racing here, and while you want to respect the 4 battling for the championship, you want to go out there and grab that win yourself. So,
well, we are coming right back to turns 3 and 4, and we're going to get right back to racing. Nice little quick caution. Love that about Phoenix.
Yes. No more iPacing at Phoenix.
All right. The pace. Go ahead.
No, I'm wondering here if we're going to see any one of these that stayed out here spin their tires. We'll have to watch closely.
We'll have to take a look. Pace car dives off. Timothy Latham gets the restart once again. Looks pretty good right now. So it doesn't look like anybody spun anything. Zach York back in second place again. Oskar Jensen back in third place again. Chad Guennigsman back in fourth place. So we are right back to where we started during that last run. Now, I will tell you, if you take a look here, it's starting to heat up a little bit. Dakota Jorgensen going down to the inside of Chad Guennigsman. Dakota does have brand new tires, so he's going to move up into the 4th position. Here comes Justin Boyles right behind. Oh, boy, we are going to start picking things up.
That definitely looks that way here. Now we got Kendall on the inside of Chad here.
Yeah, and Chad's playing the long game here. He is definitely playing the long game. He's gonna sit back and let this happen. I don't think that's going to be an issue there. But once we get Dakota Jorgensen up there with Oskar Jensen, I think we might see a little bit more pushing going on.
And now we got Oskar falling back to about 5th place. We got Justin on the inside of him right now.
Dakota going up into 2nd place. So Dakota's going to try to make a run here at Timothy Latham. And there he goes. Nice and easy. Those brand new tires are a huge deal.
Yeah, it's just not worth it when you got 28 lap tires trying to hold them off right now.
Justin Boyle's in 3rd position right now, but he is going to make the pass on Timothy Latham here shortly and go for the lead. This is the first time that Timothy Latham has not led a lap at Phoenix in the iVCS.
I think he's a little more concerned with getting that championship right now. I don't blame him.
All right, so top 4 is no longer our leaders. Actually, yes, they are, because Benjamin D dropped back just a little bit. So top 3 are not in the championship at all. We will see if Benjamin D will make this pass. Oh, no, we got PJ Engelkens crashing. Still a green flag, but he is off the pace. Back up front, we got Dakota Jorgensen building a little bit of a lead.
Yeah, I just went back and looked at PJ, and it just kind of looked like the same thing that happened to Kendall. Just kind of got a little loose. Ooh, he got loose down there in the dog leg, unfortunately.
Well,
that is another thing down there, too. The sand and dirtiness down there, and I guess did not work with those brand new tires.
Well, keep in mind also that PJ did not pit on that last cycle, and so he had those old tires. And so Timothy Latham, Zach York, Oskar Jensen are 6th, 7th, and 8th place on the track right now because they're on those old tires. Chad Guennigsman has fallen all the way back to the 11th position. Now you got Zach York on old tires trying to make a move on the inside of Timothy Latham here. Oskar blinking out just a little bit. But Zach making that move. They get awfully close there. But it looks like he will make the pass and go into 6th position. Oh, they're almost going 3 wide at Phoenix.
3 wide.
Oskar Jensen.
Bold move by Oskar.
Huge move there where went 3 wide, and instead of checking up, Oskar takes position. Here we go again. 3 wide once again. Somebody's got to check up, and it's Zach York. Zach checked up a little bit. And Oskar Jensen will take that 6th position away. Timothy Latham into 7th. We're keeping an eye on the front as well. No movement up there at the front just yet. Dakota Jorgensen still leads. Justin Boyle still in 2nd. But this is your race right here. This could be your championship race.
These guys are not taking it easy in stage 1 like I thought they were going to.
Well, now you got Jason Tripp on fresh tires looking at Timothy Latham there as well. So, man, how many more guys can pass these guys without them getting a little bit antsy? So they're being extremely patient out there.
Yeah, kudos to Tripp here. He's not pressing the issue. He's going to let these championship drivers battle it out amongst themselves.
Yeah, Tripp doesn't have a teammate out there right now, but he's good friends with all these guys. He does not want to be the cause of anything, so he is going to, for now, let these guys just race it out. But at some point...
Yeah, Timothy here on the inside of Zach.
Can't quite make it there, but I mean, at some point you got to think about pitting here. So lap 40, like I said, the typical fuel run here is 60, and we do have a caution coming up on lap 55 for the stage break. Maybe these guys are all just going to wait until that stage break.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. Then these 4 will kind of do what the field did to them. They'll be on fresh new tires and able to drive back up towards the front.
I just got to wonder how uncomfortable this position is for Timothy, being so good at Phoenix the last time, and now he's back in 8th position. I just got to wonder, is he looking at this as, oh man, how am I going to beat these guys, or is he looking at this as a strategy?
I think this is going to come down to a strategy for him here. Obviously, with 10 wins on the season, he's
he's pretty well versed. He knows what he's doing out there. I'm not too terribly worried about him. Up front, though, we got Justin Boyles pushing the issue on Dakota Jorgensen, trying to take that lead. And I think Justin would love nothing more than to win the final race of the iVCS Season 1.
Yeah, for sure. That would obviously be the way to end your season.
Yeah, even if you're not in the playoffs, you're still out here driving, not just for fun, but for pride, too. Like, this is one of those things where if you win this race and you weren't in the playoffs, you could hang that over the head of people until February, until we start up the next season. And so definitely everybody going for bragging rights here. So Justin Boyles just putting a little bit of pressure on him. Can't quite make that pass there. It looks like he got a little bit loose there on that exit. So I'm just looking back through the pack here. No other really close racing besides these two right now. Everybody's kind of started to spread out a little bit. We'll keep an eye on it, though. If racing picks back up somewhere else, we will take a look. But we're coming up on 11 laps to go. And out there in the chat, Dana Marie Chambers, welcome, Miss Dana Marie. Pulling strong is what she's saying in the chat. So for Ted Pullen, obviously, again, if you didn't hear me before, Miss Dana Marie, we love having you and your family here. We love having Ted out there on the track. It is so much fun to hang out with you guys every single week. And like I said, this is the closest battle out there on the track right now. So we're going to kind of keep it here. It looks like... Oskar Jensen deciding to go into the pits right now on lap 46. So that's our first playoff driver going into the pits.
Yeah, it's a little bit earlier than I thought someone would come down and pit.
He's obviously got a strategy in mind. We weren't able to talk to him before the race, but he's one of those drivers that he loves to talk to us after the race when he's in victory lane. So we will have to see if that works out for him. Up front, though, Benjamin D taking third position away from Kendall LeBron for the time being. Kendall getting a good run on the outside. He will take it right back.
Oskar has just disconnected from the server.
What?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. I have no idea what happened there. But Oskar Jensen has disconnected from the server. Now, he can still get back in, but that is going to put him multiple laps down in a championship race. Unbelievable.
Yeah, he pulled it into pit road, stopped in the very first pit box, and then his car jumped to his pit stall, and then he disconnected from the session.
Oh, my goodness. Absolutely insane. So right now, that's looking like Oskar may take the fourth position. Oh, Jeremy Boucher in the chat says he blew up. So Oskar blew his engine. And so thank you, Jeremy. We appreciate you being there and appreciate you letting us know that. But yeah, Oskar Jensen blows his engine, so his race will be over, and he will likely finish in 14th position.
That is unfortunate.
Huge turn of events there. So now it's down to three guys. So Zach York up here in 6th position. Then we got Timothy Latham in 7th position, and then Chad Guennigsman in 10th position currently. So three guys, and man, one guy is going to win that $235 and that really cool die-cast car and the title of being the champion. So go a little bit further back here. So we got Greg Edney closing in on Jason Tripp here. Now this is right behind those, right behind Zach York and Timothy Latham. And so we will keep an eye on that. Chad Guennigsman right behind these guys as well. So don't want anything to happen here because that could collect Chad Guennigsman. Still 13 guys on the track. One guy a lap down. That's PJ Engelkens. He's about 5 laps down, or 4 laps down now. Greg Edney going to the inside of Jason Tripp, trying to take that 7th position, or that 8th position, I apologize. Up front, Justin Boyles trying to take the lead away from Dakota Jorgensen. Going to the inside. Now we're catching up to lap traffic. 3 laps to go until the stage break. This might get a little bit hairy. Justin Boyles takes that lead. And so Justin will try to win this stage, even though stage points don't matter in the grand scheme of championship. I believe they are still fighting for points in those other tiers. So this might be his way of just getting some extra bonus points while nobody's paying attention. Benjamin D working on Jorgensen as well. So we are down to lap 55. So this is where we will break for the stage after this lap. So Justin Boyles will come in. Now the other 3 drivers, the 3 drivers that are still in contention, Zach York, Timothy Latham, Chad Guennigsman, have not pitted at all in this stage. So they will likely, well, they better pit on this caution. Otherwise they're going to run out of fuel. But coming around, and we will get that competition caution here shortly. And there it is. There is the caution for the stage break. And Justin Boyles will take that stage. And now we'll see everybody go into the pits, especially Zach, Timothy, and Chad. We will see them go into the pits, get some fresh tires, and then we're going to start this whole thing over again. And so this next stage will end on lap 130. And so this will be a nice 75-lap stage. And so they will catch up to that pace car and then start coming around. So we will let everybody pit that wants to pit. And then maybe we'll try to see if we can get Justin Boyles up here to kind of talk to him about this first stage and what he sees for the remainder of this race.
Sean, sorry about that. I was having a little bit of a headset issue.
I was wondering. I thought maybe you had some technical difficulties. I didn't want to call it out just yet, but Adam, an extremely good computer guy, so anytime something breaks, he can fix it. And so it looks like everybody coming down pit road. So Justin Boyles leading them down. Only 2 guys that didn't come down pit road are Ted Pullen and PJ Engelkins. PJ trying to get that lap back. Ted was not a lap down, so not sure what he's trying. He might just be coming in this last lap. But we're about to see some fun happen. Once Justin comes out of the pits, we're going to try to get him up into the booth and talk to him about that first stage and talk to him about what is going to come the rest of the way here. And so Justin will lead them off of pit road. All right, let's see if we can bring Justin Boyles up here. Justin, Sean, and Adam up in the booth. How's it going, buddy?
It's going great, man. What's up, guys?
Man, it is going great. That car looks better this time around than it did at Bristol.
I haven't bounced it off of anything yet, man. Isn't that awesome?
It is amazing. It's amazing. So that first stage, a great stage win for you, obviously. But talk to me about what you see for the remainder of the race, not just for you, but for the 3 guys now that are still in the championship.
Yeah, I heard everybody in my Discord, and Flashpoint over here started, yelling, "Oh," and Oskar blew up. So that sucks for him, man. I think he was definitely going to be a huge threat tonight. But as far as the race goes, I mean, it's real slick out here. Track temps at 102 degrees, so that's making it pretty fun. Slipping and sliding all over the place. As far as the Championship 4 goes, man, Tim looks good. It was, I don't know if you heard the race chatter, but had to announce when somebody finally led a lap not named Tim Latham here at Phoenix. They let them all last time. So it'll be fun, man. We're gonna try to get the win, and then hopefully Tim or Chad can grab the championship. But I think this will be a pretty action-packed race here.
Is it more important for you not being in the playoffs right now to have this win so you have something to hold over their heads later?
Well, I mean, one of those guys are going to win the championship, so there's not really a big argument to be made there. I think to get the win, I mean, obviously it'll be something to kind of be happy about going into next season. It'll be exciting. It'll be something good to take into next season, but you always like to win, so that's really what it comes down to, and. So hopefully we grab the win. Like I said, one of our guys can get the championship, and it'll be a good day all around for Flashpoint.
All right, buddy. We'll let you go for the restart. Have a great race, man.
All right, man. Appreciate it, guys.
All right. So Justin Boyles, again, leading this race. He's going to choose the outside lane to start off here. You got Dakota Jorgensen there on his inside, who he passed for that lead. And then our playoff drivers, so Zach York in 5th, Timothy Latham in 6th, and then Chad Guennigsman in 8th currently. But everybody's on the same tires right now. So, Adam, that changes the ballgame.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if these playoff drivers can drive back through the field here and get back to the front like they were.
Well, we're about to find out. Pace car dives off. Justin Boyles takes off immediately on the outside, gets a nice little lead. You got Jordan Sailors there in the 55 right behind him. He is going to go to the outside and take second place away from Dakota Jorgensen for the time being. We've almost got a 3 wide back there, including Zach York and Timothy Latham, but everybody comes out cleanly. So here is your race. This is Zach York and Timothy Latham. And for those of you that are still just now joining us and have been living under a rock for the past 35 weeks, the reason that this is the race is whichever one of these two and Chad Guennigsman cross the finish line first wins the iVCS championship.
We got Timothy here on the inside of Zach right now. Wonder if he's able to complete the pass this time.
And so now, see, you got Dakota Jorgensen right in front of him, and so still trying to pick a lane which way to go, but it looks like Zach York will kind of tuck in. And he might go for the pass here on the inside now. So a little bit of jockeying for position here. And while all that's going on, Justin Boyles has opened up a 0.6 of a second lead up front.
Yeah, I know when you're up front, you see cars behind you side by side. It is definitely brings a smile to your face.
Oh, yeah, always fun to see that. Now, let's go back and check on Chad Guennigsman. Chad is back here in 9th position, and so still trying to track some guys down. But just like we said at the beginning of the broadcast, this is one of those guys that he might start back here, but he is not finishing back here.
I noticed on that last stint, of the 4 drivers, he really faded quickly. I don't know if that was just out of care for the car. Or I know that he mentioned earlier that he hadn't had a lot of practice here, so I wonder if he's still trying to kind of dial it in.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's trying to dial it in every now and then. But up front, we got Zach York, Timothy Latham making the pass on Jordan Sailors. So they have moved up to 3rd and 4th position. Their next target is Dakota Jorgensen. So Zach York lining him up for this pass. It might take a few more laps to do it, but the way that Zach and Timothy both are, they both plan their passes a couple laps in advance. So unless something just opens up to them quickly, they set up the guys for the pass, and so that is what they're doing right now for Dakota Jorgensen. But Dakota looks like he's kind of pulling away a little bit.
Yeah, it does. I noticed as soon as you were saying that, they were catching him as soon as you started, but then after that, he was able to pull back away from him.
Well, that's what we call the broadcaster's curse. The second you say something, it doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, I know I've been burned a couple times by you, Sean.
Zach York still trailing Dakota Jorgensen. Timothy Latham just kind of hanging out back there. He could force the issue right now, but I don't think he can get past both Zach and Dakota right now, so I think he's just going to be really patient. The guy that's being the most patient on the track right now, though, is Chad Guennigsman. He is back here all by himself in 9th position. He is about a second behind Kendall LeBron, and he is about He's about 5 seconds ahead of Jason Tripp. So still got a long way to go to reach the front of the pack, but it is a long race, Adam.
Yeah, definitely. And that's why I'm sure right now he's just kind of back there, probably just biding his time, keeping a little bit of distance of the cars that are in front of him battling, just in case something does kind of happen. He has time to react to it.
Best race on the track right now, you got Jordan Sailors and Kendall LeVron going toe-to-toe. Kendall LeVron going down to the inside. He is going to try to take that 7th position, and he will for the time being. Now back up front, you got Zach York still battling up here with Dakota Jorgensen and Timothy Latham.
Yeah, I just hopped back here in Chad's car, and I'm noticing that he is really letting that car roll into the corners. I think Chad just hit the wall.
Oh, huge mistake there. And you can see a little bit of damage there on the outside. So that is going to hurt him. There it is right there. You can see that damage on that car. And so it looks like, he is definitely letting that car roll. You can hear that. In fact, here in the cockpit, you'll be able to see him roll this car through. Now, that is a good strategy to save those tires.
Yeah, you noticed right before he hit the wall.
Oh, and we got a wreck! Zach got into the back of Justin Boyles. That's going to do some damage to the back of Justin Boyles, but it's also going to hurt Zach. And so Dakota Jorgensen goes to the outside and takes the lead.
We got Timothy on the inside of him right now.
Not sure how big of a mistake that was, but that drops Justin Boyles all the way back to 5th. And Timothy Latham back up into the lead, taking advantage. Huge turn of events. And as that's all going on, Chad Guennigsman still about 6 seconds behind the leaders right now. And still struggling to make headway back there. And of course, he just touched the wall. So right now, based on what we just saw with Zach York hitting the front of Justin Boyle, or hitting the rear of Justin Boyles and getting some damage there on the front, it looks like Timothy Latham is the only clean car of the 3. And, Zach's coming into pit.
That does not bode well for the other 2. Sean, I just went back and watched what happened to Boyles, what was able to allow York that massive run, and it looked like Boyles just cooked the entry to 1, and he just slid way up into the wall, and by the time he got back into the throttle, he was just so much slower on the straightaway, and I don't think York quite knew that, and unfortunately ran him over there going into 3 and 4.
Well, now it is Timothy Latham's to lose. He has picked up a 1 second lead on Benjamin D. And so now with Zach York in the pits, Zach will go a lap down right now. And so we are going to see how long Zach is in the pits, obviously getting some damage repaired, needing that. And it looks like he's coming right back out. So must not have been too much damage.
Unfortunately, that front end still looks pretty rough for Zach. But maybe he can get a caution, get a wave around, and get back on the lead lap, and see if some ill luck happens to Timothy and to Chad, and maybe he can get himself back in there.
Riding along with Zach York right now. And one thing that we've seen in the past is when Zach York falls behind, he drives like a man possessed. And so we are about to see some serious driving out of Zach York. He does not want to let this slip away from him. But back up front, Timothy Latham, there's your lead right there. About a second between him and Benjamin D. Benjamin D, the teammate of Zach York. So Zach hoping that his teammate can get up there and not do anything bad to Timothy, obviously, but slow him down a little bit so that he can catch back up. But currently Zach York scoring a lap down. He is the first car a lap down. So if there is a caution, he would get back on the lead lap. And so everybody has started to spread out a little bit, and you can see our 3 playoff drivers that are still in the race. If you're just joining us or did not realize it, Oskar Jensen blew his engine on lap 44, so he is out of the race. He will finish this series in 4th position. He'll win $50 for that effort. So we definitely love seeing him out here. We hate that it ended that way, but I guarantee you he will be back next season, and he will make another attempt at it. Timothy Latham gonna put Jason Tripp a lap down here.
Yeah, Sean, I'm going back and kind of looking at York, and he's running very good lap times right now. So maybe the car isn't that bad, and being the only car 1 lap down, when if no caution comes out, he definitely will get one here at the end of stage 2. Oh, but Tripp just went a lap down, so now he's gonna have to get around to him.
Yep, so he's got a little bit of distance between him and Tripp, about 4 seconds, but Zach is catching up quickly with those new tires, and so we will keep an eye on that race. And right now, the only thing that Zach York can hope for is no caution until he catches Jason Tripp. So again, back up front, it's a 2-car race now. Benjamin D has opened up over a second lead on Justin Boyles in 3rd. And so Timothy Latham and Benjamin D are the only 2 within 2 seconds of that lead. So let's just see if Benjamin can put a little bit of pressure on Timothy, and that's probably what's going on in the Flying Arrows chat right now, is Zach saying, put some pressure on him, let him burn up his tires, help me out there a little bit. And so I think that's why Benjamin is pushing so hard right now.
Here, I know Timothy had about a 1-second lead, and now we're down to a little over half a second.
Yeah, pulling up the lap times just to take a look at it. So it looks like, Benjamin D definitely gaining, 1/10 to 2/10 of a second each lap, except for a little slip up on lap 79 there. But again, this could be a product of Timothy kind of letting his tires stay clean, and then Benjamin D trying to get up there and push him at the same time. So looks like Timothy Latham gained a little bit of time there.
Yes, and Zach York is now the first car 1 lap down as Jason Tripp just pulled into pit road.
So Zach York in that lucky dog position. So now if there is a caution, that's what Zach York is hoping for now. He needs a caution to happen in order to get back on the lead lap.
Yeah, but it may not be too long, and he may get his lap back the old-fashioned way.
Let's see. He
just got around Dakota and Justin, and he is on his way to his teammate right now.
And so we will see if that happens. But, worst case scenario, he does have that lucky dog. So that's a good thing. But we will see shortly. You can see the number 49 car on the left side of the track map there catching up to that 5 car. So the number 49 is Zach York. Number 5 is Timothy Latham. And so on those new tires, really pushing hard to get up there to Timothy. Going back just a little further, so we got Justin Boyles and Dakota Jorgensen doing some battle here for 3rd position. And Justin has a little bit of damage on the back. Not sure how much that's going to hurt him here, but definitely putting some pressure on Dakota. Jason Tripp spending an awfully long time in the pits. He spent over a minute in the pits there. He must have had some damage from something. Oh! Justin Boyles spinning, going to the outside wall, taps the wall a little bit. He just completely lost it there.
No caution.
Wow! What does NASCAR need for a caution here? I shouldn't say NASCAR. What does iRacing need for a caution?
Just heard Kendall on the radio say everyone needs to check their drawers on that.
Yeah, Kendall got by, but man, that was awfully tight. And you can
55 right there get a little loose.
Yeah, that dog leg not really working out too well for a lot of people. But you can see the damage. And I'll zoom in on the damage here for everybody. So you can see a little bit of damage there. It's not that bad, actually.
Not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I thought that would definitely be worse, but left side looking good. Then, of course, the rear. The problem with the rear here is that he got into it with Zach York. You can see a little bit of bending there going on. So definitely some damage on Justin Boyle's car, and he's having some trouble keeping that thing going straight through that dog leg. So we will see what happens in the future on that. But up front, Timothy Latham, Benjamin D has caught up to him within about a quarter of a second here. And so Timothy has to choose, are we going to do this or are we not going to do this? Zach York did make the pass on Timothy Latham. He is back on the lead lap the hard way.
Yes, and it looks like Benjamin is really reeling him in right now.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Latham's going to take the bait. And that's that being said, if Benjamin can push Latham to burn his tires up, that's going to bode well for his teammate later on in the race. But I wonder if Timothy will take that bait. Something inside me just tells me that he's been in this position before and he's not going to.
Yeah, I remember there in the first run when York was able to get close to Timothy, but got about this distance and just never was able to get around Timothy there.
Yeah, it is tough to pass here. I mean, even though it's a short track, and a lot of times short tracks, you just get a nose up underneath and all that stuff. That's not what's happening here. So this is kind of a short track that runs like a medium distance track.
Yes, for sure. Well, back here, Chad, one of our other playoff drivers here, is up to 6th place right now.
Yeah, and so, again, he was back there in 9th place all by himself, and now he has moved up to 6th place, and that's exactly what we talked about right before the broadcast, where he settles in, he takes his time, and then lets the race come to him, and now he's starting to, towards the end of this run, to really get up in there.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of action, and we're not even halfway through this race.
So just checking out the pit strategies here. Oh, we've got I heard somebody hit the wall. I'm not sure who that was, but I heard it on the radio. But it looks like pit strategy. Everybody all pitted basically on the same lap, so nothing major there. Zach York. I think his engine just blew up. He is awfully slow. Not sure he's going to make it back. I believe his engine just blew at him.
Back and take a look and see what happened.
Let's see if we can jump in there. Oh, yeah, his engine is dead. His engine is completely dead. And so that will likely end the race for Zach York. What a disappointment there. So if that is the case, we are down to 2 drivers in the playoffs that could possibly bring home this championship. Wow. So up front, let's go back out there on the track, and here we go. So Timothy Latham now. So a lot of damage out there on the track. Zach York blowing up. Oskar Jensen blowing up. So again, we are down to Chad Guennigsman and Timothy Latham, and Timothy is the leader right now. So what a disappointment for both Oskar Jensen and Zach York.
Yes, we just saw the 97 there, Benjamin D, get a little sideways. What a heartbreaking way to lose a championship. 2 drivers, unfortunately, have blown their engines tonight.
Wow, and with 14 cars on the track, you wouldn't think that there would be enough room to have a lot of damage like that, but there is. And, I mean, these cars are all so evenly matched. Even though it's open setups, they're all so evenly matched that there's always some damage, and it just happened that damage caused the havoc that it caused. And so we will see if Zach can get that car back out on the track, but anytime your car blows up, I don't think you're going to do it.
No, I just looked, and unfortunately, Zach is still sitting there in pit road.
Yeah, we will see how far down he goes. But as it sits right now, Chad Guennigsman has fallen back to 7th position behind Justin Boyles. And so he is, I think Chad is in full take it easy mode here. I don't think he wants to push it very hard at all. He knows that with Zach out of the race, Oskar out of the race, that he is guaranteed at least $100 here, and he might get his chance at $235.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we still have 122 laps to go. So, like you say, he may just be buying his time right now. I know that he too has a little front end damage, so I wonder if he's worried about the water temp and blowing up as well.
I mean, it is highly possible, and so if that happens, this race is going to be an ode to Timothy Latham if that happens. But so let's hope it doesn't happen that way. We want to see a little bit of action out there towards the end of this race. So we'll find out how much action we'll get here, probably about an hour and a half. Back up front, Timothy Latham has opened up a 1.5 second lead on Benjamin D. So he is just in the groove right now, and he just has to concentrate on keep hitting those marks, keep going straight. It's exactly what we talked about in the pre-show, where this guy is just a machine. He just doesn't make mistakes.
We haven't seen any out of him tonight yet.
No, we haven't. He's been patient when he needs to be. He's made the move when he needs to. He's taken advantage of other people's mistakes. Just really a strong race for him. It's something that we're pretty used to here in the iVCS. You can see he's actually gaining some ground on Chad Guennigsman. So going back a little distance, we got Benjamin D going into the pits now. You can see him there on the right side of the screen. So Benjamin D coming in to get some fresh tires, some fuel, and to get right back out there. So Chad's still trying to gain ground here. Chad's up in 6th position now with Benjamin D pitting there. So Jason Tripp is in front of Chad Guennigsman right now. That is not for position. Jason is a lap down. Actually, Jason's about 4 laps down. But up front, you got Dakota Jorgensen. He's in 2nd position. He's 9 seconds behind Timothy Latham. So once again, Timothy Latham just putting on a show here at Phoenix. Exactly what he did last time. Just didn't lead all the laps tonight, but he has led most of them and now has a 9-second lead on the pack. But he's going to have to pit here pretty soon, Adam.
Yeah, with Benjamin pitting where he did, that's obviously going to be a very good undercut and should get him into the lead.
Let's see. I'm taking a look, and out there in the chat, I heard that Oskar Jensen was out in the race room. I don't see him out there. Let me see if I can grab him. We're gonna see if we can get Oskar Jensen in here just for a quick word, just to kind of see what happened with him and kind of just get his feelings on the whole thing. So obviously disappointment, but again, just one of the great drivers in the league, just a good guy overall. We just enjoy watching him race. So we will see if we can grab him in just a moment and talk to him a little bit while all that's going on. So we're still trying to get to lap 130. So lap 130 is our next break. And again, just don't quite see Oskar out there in the chat. We will get him in here, though, if he'd like to jump in and just say hello and tell us how things are looking out there on the track. So far, pretty much the status quo. Timothy Latham, 10 seconds ahead now of everybody. So Chad is going to have to do something to catch up.
Yeah, he may be in danger here going a lap down before this stage ends.
Yeah, that could be really bad. He's in a little bit of a close race there with Jordan Sailors. And so that is not something that Chad wants to do. He does not want to go a lap down right now. All right, let's see if we can grab Oskar here. I see him in the chat now. So let's pull him up into the booth right now with us. Oskar, this is Sean and Adam up in the booth. Buddy, disappointment, man. We are so sorry to see that you blew up there. Tell us what happened.
Basically, we pushed it a little bit too hard and tried to be too aggressive. Basically pulled a Denny Hamlin from Homestead and pegged it and blew up.
Oh, man. I mean, what? I hate even asking this. What was the gut instinct? Like, right when that happened, what was the feeling? Well, you can't say you probably can't say it on here, but what was the feeling?
Yeah, you're right. I can't really say it on here. Don't want to get you guys in trouble, but we'll get with a little bit of PJ rated and just say that I wanted to bring my head against the wall a few times.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, so tell us what you see for the rest of this race. I mean, you got Timothy Latham way out front, almost 10 seconds ahead. You got Chad back in seventh position. He's in danger of going a lap down here pretty soon. What do you see for the rest of this race now, knowing that Zach York is out as well?
Well, I think it's basically Latham's at this point. Nothing against Chad, but I think Latham's second best to either us or maybe first best, depending on how you want to look at it. And I think it's basically his to lose at this point.
So talk to us. I mean, of course, it's the last race of the iVCS this season. Next season we've got the Open Cup coming up. I mean, hopefully you're planning on joining us there, but what does your future look like?
That's a good question. I don't exactly know what my plans are. I was wanting to do Road to Pro and maybe find some leagues to run in. I do want to run the series next season, but again, it's going to be after high school, so I don't really know. The only thing I do know is that wherever I want to go, I basically got sponsorship, which is nice.
Man, that is awesome. That is awesome. And I mean, of course, anybody you'd like to thank tonight before we let you get back to watching the race?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Nexus guys. I know they gave me a good set, and I know I kind of threw it away there. Robert Montgomery, Premier Private Car Service, Book Construction, People Against Distracted Drivers, as well as Jeremy Boucher and his company, Alpha, I think it's Metal. And yeah, thanks to you guys as well and everyone who put on a good season throughout this year. It's been fun.
Well, buddy, it's been fun to watch you. I can't wait to see you again in the future. Best of luck to wherever you go. We will definitely be keeping track of you.
Yeah, thank you. All
right, buddy. Take care.
Yep.
All right, Oskar Jensen. Again, disappointment for him. Oh, man. You could hear it in his voice, too, Adam.
Yes, you definitely could. That is not the way you want to end your season, number one. And then number two, obviously, the way to miss out on the championship.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the show must go on, and we got to get back out there on the racetrack right now. So Timothy Latham last pitted on lap 57. Fuel run, tire run here is about 60 laps, and we've got a caution coming up on lap 130. Any chance he's trying to stretch this, Adam?
That's definitely what it looks like. I was very surprised then by the call by Benjamin to pit as soon as he did. But he is obviously one of the fastest cars out there on the track right now, and already got himself back on the lead lap.
And you can see who he's got in his sights right now. Chad Guennigsman right in front of him.
Yes.
So what happens here, Adam, if he catches Chad Guennigsman, puts him a lap down? I mean, what has to go through Chad's head?
Lucky dog at that point. That obviously would get him back onto the lead lap, and then he would have to, really kind of dig deep for the final stage of the race, because just like Oskar said, I mean, this is kind of Timothy's race to throw away right now.
Well, just going back really quickly, I know we're about to see a pass here. Looks like Timothy's going to go to the inside. try to make it stick down there. Looks like he'll do a good job of that and go ahead and pass Chad Guennigsman, putting him a lap down. But I know a lot of fans out here are here for Ted Pullen, so let's go. Oh, no, Ted Pullen actually, again, broadcaster's curse. The second I say something, he gets up into the wall. So Ted Pullen up into the wall there. Looks like he's going to drive away from it, so that's good. But always want to check in on Ted here. Oh, we do have a caution. Jason Tripp got into a wreck here, so that's going to change the game a little bit. Chad Guennigsman was the lucky dog there, so might be able to get back on that lead lap. Let's go back and have a wreck replay. Find out what happened with Jason. I have a feeling this is going to be self-inflicted. So here comes Jason around. And again, just towards the end of a tire run. Yeah, and he just overcooks it. Gets down into the wall. Ooh, big hit.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Phoenix is a tough course just because all the corners are different. Really, really tough. And if you kind of get out of your own mind a little bit, I mean, if you're not concentrating on it, then you'll do something like that. And so big hit there for Jason Tripp. Looks like he'll come down to the pits here shortly and get some damage repaired probably. But now Timothy Latham in the pits, getting some fresh tires for this next run of about 8 laps before the caution.
Yeah, so I wonder if then he will just end up staying out once Stage 2 does end.
Yeah, they do have a couple of extra sets of tires, but not sure he wants to burn those up yet.
No, and Chad was able to get his lap back, it looks like right there. And I wonder if he will be pitting.
He's going to have to. He last pitted back on lap 57. He is definitely running low on fuel here. So he's going to have to get into the pits here. But he did get that lap back. He's probably going to start the tail end of this lead lap.
Yeah, and unfortunately he's going to be tail end of the longest line here, but we do have another caution coming up here in a couple laps, so that will get him back up around all the cars that are unfortunately 1 lap down.
So if he can get some of that damage fixed right now and then get some more of that damage fixed on the next caution, this might be a whole new ball game. So Timothy can't be too safe right now.
No, definitely not. I'm going to kind of ride along here with Chad and kind of get a view of what he's seeing and see how much damage he does have and see how much damage he does get fixed.
Yeah, so he just ended up in the pits. In fact, we will wait for you to tell us what's going on there. But so the next, so we've got 8 laps until the next caution for our stage break, and then we have 90 laps to get to the finish line. And that long run we saw there, Timothy Latham was huge on that long run this past time. So that's going to bode very well for Timothy as long as this thing stays green.
Yeah, and I don't want to count Chad out, but I was able to get a look at his tack there, and he is not running at the 2,000 RPMs that these cars typically do at idle. So it does look like he has a little bit of motor damage as well.
So he is going to come out and stay on the lead lap. He did get an extra about 20 seconds of repairs on that vehicle. So he's going to get back out there on the lead lap. And then he's going to try to make that thing survive until lap 130. But up front, we got Benjamin D. So Benjamin D pitted about 19 laps ago. So he's on a little bit older tires. Then you got Timothy Latham on the outside. Should be able to make that pass easily.
Yes. How many cars do we have on the lead lap right now, Sean? We have 7.
7 on the lead lap, and that's it. And so Dakota Jorgensen is the lucky dog right now. Once we get this caution at 130, he and Ted Pullen are competing for that lucky dog. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. But pace car dives off. Benjamin D gets the restart, and he takes off quickly. Timothy Latham just settles in there into second position. Got Jordan Sailors there on the inside with fresh tires as well, so he is going to race Latham a little bit here. So Sailors will take that second position away, And here comes Greg Edney on the inside as well. So Latham content to go back to about 4th position here, just biding his time a little bit.
I wonder if he's going to save in his tires here for the 3rd stage.
I would think so, especially since nothing really matters here on this caution. He knows for a fact that Chad Guennigsman is going to come in, get some more damage fixed. So him pushing it hard right here makes no sense. And so because, again, all he has to do is beat Chad Guennigsman. He does not have to beat anybody else on the track to win the championship except for Chad Guennigsman. So I guarantee you that's what he's looking at, is there's no reason to push right now because Chad's going to have to pit to get some more damage repaired.
Yeah, and I think that is a very smart decision there from Timothy. Put the race in your hands and don't be the innocent bystander to anybody else there. Oh, we got Justin Boyles going down into the pit road here.
So interesting move for him right here at the end of this stage. He's going to try to kind of one-up everybody, get into the pits, get some fresh tires on the way back out. So interesting call for him.
Yeah, Barry, when was Sean, do you know the last time that Justin pitted?
I can try to pull that up. Let's find out here. So, yeah, it was 63 laps ago. So yeah, definitely needed that badly. So, once again, going back, just keep an eye on Timothy Latham. We do. So, Jordan Sailors on the inside of Benjamin D. He's going to try to make that stick. Keep in mind that Benjamin D is on a little bit older tires, so Jordan's got the advantage here. You got Dakota Jorgensen trying to push the issue as well. So nice little battle up here between these three for the lead. Actually, I apologize. Dakota is a lap down, so Dakota is not racing for the lead there. So Jordan Sailors going into the lead. Benjamin D falling back to 2nd position. But Dakota just trying to hang on for that lucky dog.
Good news for Ted Pullen is that would make him the first car 1 lap down.
If Dakota can make this pass on Jordan, but it looks like Jordan is not. Oh, I don't know. Dakota's trying to push that issue. We are here on lap 130, so the caution will be coming out here very, very shortly. So Dakota's got a couple more turns to get it done if he can, and that would save Ted Pullen's life. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So Dakota should get the lucky dog. Yep, and that's how that will happen. So Dakota will get the lucky dog. He will get back on the lead lap as we go under yellow for this 2nd stage caution. Again, stages mean absolutely nothing right now to the championship contenders. For those of you just joining us, and I saw our viewer number popped up just a little bit there. So Zach York in the pits, still getting repairs. He blew his engine back on lap 92. Oskar Jensen blew his engine back on lap 44. He is out of the race. So the only 2 racers out on the track that have a chance for the championship are Timothy Latham and Chad Guennigsman, they're back here in 5th and 6th right now. But up front, Jordan Sailors winning that stage, and we will wait to see if he decides to pit. And whether he does or not, we will try. Let me see if he's even in the chat. I don't believe he is. Actually, he is. So we will try to get him up here in the chat here as soon as we find out if everybody's going to pit or not. And it looks like he is going to stay out. So let's see if we can grab him here really quick and pull Jordan up here into the booth. Hey, Jordan, this is Sean and Adam up in the booth. How's it going, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing great. How about y'all?
Doing good, man. Nice little run there at the end to take that stage. So, I mean, what are you seeing out of your car right now?
This is the best car I've had all year. So we've made some great adjustments here. So me and Jason really likes the setup. So it's really good. Yeah, man, we're seeing you make some really good headway. Tell us from your perspective as a driver, what are you seeing as far as the championship is concerned? Zach is basically out. Oskar had to pull out with a blown engine. What do you see for the championship between Chad and Timothy here? I'm pulling for Timothy right now. I mean, I'm obviously not going to win the race here. I think Timothy's going to win it, so that's who I'm pulling for right now.
All right. What is your strategy the rest of the race here? Saying that Timothy's going to win, but what is your strategy as far as are you going for the long runs here?
Yeah, that was my strategy last stage, so that's what we're definitely going to do. We're going to stick to it and hopefully get some good luck with that.
All right, man. Well, we will let you get right back to it. We don't want to keep you up too long. But, hey, man, have a great race. Great to see you out there. And hopefully we'll see you next season also.
Yeah, I'll see y'all next season.
Yeah. All right, buddy. All right, Jordan Sailors, another one of the drivers from Team SRN. So fun thing about Jordan, and we'll take a look. So he's actually running a car. It's SRI. So before Speed Racing Network was Speed Racing Network, they thought they would be Speed Racing Incorporated, and so those cars are SRI cars. And so he's always played the throwback or showed the throwback paint out there. So he's running that SRI car. Always kind of fun to see that.
Yeah, I was wondering about that earlier. I just unfortunately did not bring it up, but thank you for doing so.
Yeah. So I mean, funny story because we have time. So when Jason Tripp decided to begin Speed Racing Network, he was going to call it Speed Racing Incorporated, and he actually intended on incorporating and actually making it an LLC and all that stuff. Well, it turns out in Tennessee, where Jason is from, you cannot have the name incorporated in the name. Of an incorporated or of an LLC, and so we had to change the name at the last second, and he decided on Speed Racing Network. So nice little fun trivia out there. There is a test at the end. All right, coming around, and we're going to get through turns 3 and 4 here. And then we are right back to racing. Jordan Sailors on the inside. He is going to get the green flag. And then Benjamin D on the outside with brand new tires. Timothy Latham, Chad Guennigsman side by side in 3rd and 4th. This might get interesting.
Yes, I was just getting ready to say, I wonder if Chad is learned enough about the track and is ready to get after it here.
And here we go. Jordan Sailors taking that green flag. Benjamin D does not let him get too far away at all. Timothy Latham already forcing the issue on the inside. And he will make that pass with ease. Chad Guennigsman going to try to follow him. Whoa, Timothy takes out the pit cone. And Timothy Latham back up into the lead. Chad Guennigsman right behind. PJ Engelken's wrecking. Yeah, PJ Engelken's, and it looks like Jason Tripp may have been involved there as well. So yellow flag just as we were getting right back started. Let's go back for a rec replay. Oh, yeah, this is PJ Engelken's and Jason Tripp getting into each other here. So we're going to see PJ and, just did not get that car turned at all. Not sure what happened there. I saw Ted pulling right there with him, but I'm not sure if that was part of the issue or not. We'll check one more time from a far chase angle and just see. Maybe he got into Ted a little bit.
No, the one thing that it looked like to me is maybe he wasn't able to see his braking point there, because I know sometimes if you're too close to a car, it kind of throws your sights off and you don't hit your mark that you were looking for, and maybe he just wasn't able to see it, and the corner kind of came up a little too quick for him.
Well, we are back under caution, and I think you may be right. It just looked like he did not hit where he was supposed to start turning, start braking. So he is going to be in the pits for a while. That was a hard hit for him. Jason Tripp was already a couple laps down, actually about 11 laps down, so somewhat inconsequential for him. And then we got Timothy Latham back up to the lead. Jordan Sailors in second, Chad Guennigsman in third, so didn't get much time there. And so it looks like Jordan Sailors is going to stop into the pits, get some fresh tires, which will drop him back to the end of the lead lap. But on the lead lap right now, we've got 8 cars. So 8 cars on the lead lap. Justin Boyles being the last car on the lead lap.
Dakota was able to get his lap back. We've got Greg, Jordan, Kendall, Ben, and Chad, and then Tim.
Yeah, it looks. I'm trying to find out if Ted is going to be the lucky dog here, but it does not look like that's the case. Not really sure why that is. A lot of times, if you receive any damage at all during a caution or were the cause, and I'm not sure if maybe that was a net code type deal or what, but it doesn't look like Ted's going to get that lap back this time around. But now with Jordan Sailors pitting, you have Chad Guennigsman up in second position. So our top 2 are the guys that are running for the championship. Only 80 laps to go. Adam, we're not done yet.
No, we're not. Chad's definitely got some fight left in him, and looks like he's going to make Timothy win this one honestly or win it himself here.
Yeah, the other problem that Timothy has right now is Benjamin D right behind him. And Benjamin's been racing Timothy pretty hard. So he's been putting on a little bit of pressure there. So don't count him out. And then the surprise winner of week 1 of the playoffs, Kendall Lavron in the number 28 car on the outside of row 2. So you got a lot of good drivers still in this thing.
Yeah, and then you've got Jordan Sailors, who just won stage 2. Looks like he just pitted. And got in some fresh tires, so maybe he can work himself back up towards the front. I know he said he was a long-run car, but we still have 80 laps to go here, so that may play right into his book.
Yeah, 80 laps is probably a little bit too much for one run, so definitely going to need at least one more pit stop, and it's going to be interesting to see, do people start coming in earlier, or do they wait a lot longer?
Well, I think a lot of that's going to depend upon how many tires you have left.
All right, here we go. Timothy Latham gets the green flag. He takes off. He gets a nice little lead. Benjamin D following him on the inside. But Chad might get a good run on the outside and stay up in second place. And that's what it looks like right now. So Chad Guennigsman in second place. So, again, the top 2 running for the championship here.
Yeah, they are definitely putting on a very good battle right now.
It's a lot of fun to watch, and anytime you have the best drivers up front, I mean, that just makes it awesome. Jordan Sailors back there in 6th position right now. But you can see a little bit of a cluster forming back there between Justin Boyles and Greg Edney, Jordan Sailors, Dakota Jorgensen. So gotta keep an eye on that. And then you got Ted pulling back there, and Ted is a lap down. Now, if he can just stay clean here and a caution comes out, then he'll be back on the lead lap again. Miss Dana Marie Chambers out there in the chat saying, hey, I mean, let's get that lap back, buddy, and that's what he's trying to do right now. So just kind of keep an eye on him. So he is hoping for a caution here shortly.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he was involved in that last caution, and he did receive an incident point, so that is why he was not able to get the lucky dog there, unfortunately.
Yeah, but Ted is really good at practicing patience on his own. Ted has always been one of those drivers that kind of moves his way up through the field, lets other people make mistakes, and so that's what he's waiting on right now, is for one other person to make a mistake so that he can get back there on the lead lap. And once he's there on the lead lap, you just never know what's going to happen. Right now we got Timothy Latham with about a 0.6 of a second lead over Chad Guennigsman. So Chad's car probably still isn't 100%. Benjamin D right behind him. So all these cars all pitted on lap 132. So all of them have the same tires. This is just driver versus driver now. So Benjamin D trying to close that gap just a little bit on Chad Guennigsman, trying to put a little bit of pressure there on him. Justin Boyles a little bit further back, trying to put some pressure on Jordan Sailors. Dakota Jorgensen right there as well. So we're going to see a little bit of action back here. I think they'll keep it clean, but definitely they want those positions quickly.
Yeah, this mid-pack is racing very hard right now. Oh, we got a pass for second.
Yeah, Benjamin D into second place, passing Chad Guennigsman. And again, Chad might not be 100% right now. So, and just so everybody knows, so Zach York currently scoring about 54 laps down. He is still technically in the pits in the race, and so not sure how much required timing he has or anything like that right now. But if something happens to either Timothy or Chad right now, then potentially he could steal away second place still. So that's why he's probably staying in there.
Yeah. You just really never know in these kind of situations. Timothy or Chad could have the unfortunate luck that Zach had, and Zach's able to rebound from it here.
So right now, Timothy extending that lead out to about 0.8 of a second. Chad Guennigsman about 1.5 seconds behind Benjamin D. So Miss Dana Marie Chambers out there in the chat asking, why didn't Ted get the lucky dog? And so basically, so for those of you that don't know, if there's a caution and you receive an incident point under that caution, then you are not allowed to have the lucky dog. And so there was a little bit of touching back there, just barely. And so Ted did get an incident point, and so he was not able to get that lucky dog position. So unfortunate for him, but right now he is in the lucky dog position back here in 9th position. We'll show him up on the screen right now, but still has a chance. And Zach York, something just happened that there was a yellow flag, and I'm not sure what that was. I'm not sure what happened there. We will take a look, see if we can get a rec replay. Just one moment. We're going to try to find out what happened. We were just talking about Ted pulling. I do not see anything out there on the track.
No, I'm doing some looking, and I can't. Unfortunately, I don't see anything either.
I'll tell you, so... I do see it. Here we go. So, Zach York coming out onto the track. And so as he comes out onto the track, he comes up and spins right in front of the leaders. That's what brought out your caution. And then he immediately went back into the pits, got a tow into the pits. So trying to get back out there on the track. That's what happened. So, wow. Zach York trying to stay in this race. And again, we're kind of counting those laps down here a little bit. We got about 68 laps to go. And so with that being said, if Zach York stays in the pits here for about another, I'm doing some quick math, about another 9 laps, he's not going to be able to catch up to anybody. So, this might be the end, and it looks like Zach may have just disconnected, Adam.
Yes, it does. We did have our 2 remaining championship contenders both come down pit road right here. We'll see what kind of service they plan on getting.
So we will keep an eye on them. Actually, they did come down, and so both of them got fresh tires, a lot of fuel. So now we've got 68 laps to go. That's within range if you save fuel. So, Adam, this could be interesting.
Yes, it could. I know there's been a couple races that I've been in that have come down to this, and you spend the last 15 laps clutching it in the corners. It's very nerve-wracking, but definitely worth it if you're able to do it.
So they're going to restart in the 4th and 5th positions. Benjamin D is going to be up front. Now, Kendall LeVron, and Jordan Sailors all on old tires. So all of them are on 13 lap or older tires. And then you have Timothy Latham and Chad Guennigsman in 4th and 5th. So Timothy and Chad have to be really careful here of tire spin. That's the first part. And the second part is just getting around these guys.
Yeah, they're not going to want to use too much fuel, doing so. Are they coming back down again, maybe to top off here?
We will. Yes, they are. Wow, this is going to get really fun now. So they're going to come back down, top off, and So with 66 laps to go, pretty smart move.
Yeah, this is definitely their bed now. It appears that way, that they don't plan on coming down pit road again, so the tires they have on it and the fuel that they get in it will be all that they have until the end of the race.
Man, what happens if in 30 laps we get another caution? I think whoever's in front is going to have to make the decision of whether they pit or not.
Yeah, and you're going to... I would personally, at that point, I would do opposite of whatever the person in front of me does. So Chad may be sitting here in the catbird seat.
Well, just looking out there in the chat one more time, Dana Marie Chambers, here is Ted Pullen back on the lead lap now. And so here we go. Ted has made it back to the lead lap. He is in 7th position currently, and he just pitted as well. So he's got fresh tires. So now let's see what Ted Pullen can do. Oh, man, up front, I missed the green flag. I was so worried about Ted. So Benjamin D out front, taking that restart. Jordan Sailors up in 2nd. Kendall LeBron in 3rd. And so now Timothy and Chad need to figure out how to get past these guys on new tires.
Yeah, and I really don't know if they're going to push too hard to do so, because the top 3 are still going to have to pit again. And as soon as I say that, Timothy is inside.
Exactly. Welcome to the broadcaster's curse. Here we go.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no, we got Dakota Jorgensen getting a little sideways back here. Still green flag, but he got very sideways. Up front, Timothy Latham. Now we got 3 wide back there with Chad Guennigsman on the inside. Timothy Latham moves into the 2nd position. Chad Guennigsman up into 3rd. It's starting to pick up.
Yes, it is.
But Benjamin D holding that lead, and Benjamin D has been racing hard all night long tonight. He would love nothing more than to win this race with Zach being out of this race and win this for the Flying Arrows. But Timothy tracking him down, stalking that prey.
He's even opened up a nice lead over Chad.
And again, Chad may still not be 100%. So Chad just, at this point, kind of hoping that something happens to Timothy.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of been a gripe of mine in iRacing is you go down to go get repairs and your car's not 100%, but yet the timer's done, and iRacing just doesn't want to fix your car anymore. And I'm sure Chad wishes it definitely wasn't that way right now.
Yeah, and all that happened just he got into the wall a little bit earlier in the race, and that's all it takes, especially on these open setups and these cup cars. You get into the wall just a little bit, it throws your car out of whack, and you just don't have any fast repairs to do anything with here.
Yeah, racing in leagues with fast repairs is such a blessing, but I do like leagues that don't have it. It really shows, car control and skill, as we have a pass for the lead here with Timothy.
Timothy taking it to the inside, takes that lead away from Benjamin D. Now Chad Guennigsman has to try to figure out how to do the same thing. Benjamin D blinking out a little bit. That's kind of disconcerting.
Yeah, that's definitely got to make Timothy and Chad kind of on edge.
And if you take a look, Benjamin D got right back out there in the lead. I think that Timothy and Chad are slowing down, and I think they're doing it on purpose.
Yes, as we got Chad passing Timothy now for 2nd.
I didn't see Timothy get into anybody, so I truly don't think that there's any damage there. But I think Timothy just knows he has to save. And if you're Chad right now, this is the time. Go for it. You got nothing to lose. Worst case, you're going to come in 2nd place in the championship. Best case, you win the championship right out from under Timothy's nose. Chad's only got 1 win on the season. How awesome would it be if win number 2 was for the championship?
Oh, my goodness. I couldn't even fathom what that would feel like to him. But imagine the heartbreak, though, for Timothy if that happened.
Oh yeah, it would be it'd be horrible, but makes for great drama for TV, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. I'm sitting on the edge of my seat right now watching these.
And these guys, I mean, so much fun to watch, but also even more fun to interact with throughout the week. They are so much fun. And all these guys, good friends. In fact, Chad and Timothy are actually in the same Discord channel right now. So I guarantee you they're both silent, but at the same time, I mean, they're kind of sort of teammates. They're kind of affiliates of each other. And so good friends. They're not going to race each other dirty. They're going to race each other nice and clean. But if it comes down to the last lap, Adam, I'm going to see some chrome horn going on.
Yep, as we have Chad, it kind of looks like here just let Timothy just go on by. Not really too concerned with pushing the issue right there. It didn't look like. Did Timothy get 2 in 1 lap here?
It looks like he's going to.
He's got it.
So Timothy Latham back to the lead once again.
That's impressive driving by Timothy right there.
Yeah, we are coming up on this thing. We've only got 55 laps to go until we crown a champion. First place, Timothy Latham right now on the track. Chad Guennigsman, his only competition out there on the track in third. You can see it on your screen with the map there, the track map, how close they are together.
Yeah, Chad is definitely keeping Tim honest here in the later stages of this race, and maybe Chad's just kind of holding back right now, letting Tim burn up some of that fuel and seeing if he has something for him here at the end.
And that's what we're trying to get to here. So, again, both Timothy and Chad have a shot here to make it to the end, but they've got to conserve. It doesn't look like Timothy's conserving much right now.
No, that's why I was very surprised. It's almost like he was comfortable running behind Chad for a few laps and then just kind of said, you know what, enough's enough, let me by. And then he decided to take 2 in 1 lap there. And then, of course, as soon as I say that, Benjamin's really able to close up that gap there.
Yeah, and that's going to be the interesting part now is, does Benjamin push the issue? All right, looking back. We got Justin Boyles back here trying to make a pass on Greg Edney on the inside. So Justin Boyles still trying to stick his nose in this. He wants that win, especially since this is pretty much his league.
Yeah, I don't blame him there. You know, he's had a back and forth, up and down kind of night. He got, hit by Zach York there kind of towards the beginning of the race. I know he kind of had a self-spin and tagged the wall, but able to come back up to 4th. Kudos to him for that drive.
Timothy not being able to pull away as much now as he did in the past. And so, again, that's got to be a lot of saving tires, that sort of thing. Oh, we got a major cut on that dog leg going way to the inside. Benjamin D going to take the lead back.
I am puzzled. I don't know what to say here. He is, 1 minute he's okay with being behind, and the next minute he wants to fall back, and then he jumps back to the front. Impressive.
Well, Justin Boyles just takes the 3rd position away from Chad Guennigsman. Chad falling behind just a little bit here, but look how much they're cutting that dog leg.
I have never attempted to cut it that much. That is kudos to all these drivers that are able to do that.
So right now we've only got 9 guys on the track, all of them on the lead lap right now as well. So Jason Tripp has disconnected. He was multiple laps down. PJ Engelkins has disconnected, had a wreck there. Tim Hendry as well. And then Zach York and Oskar Jensen, of course, they went out with some blown engines. So it's down to 9 drivers all on the lead lap. And Benjamin D bringing them to the start-finish line once again. .47 to go. And so Chad losing a little bit of ground here, not a ton. He's still got a little bit of room, so he's still got some time as well. But he could really use a caution here. I think Chad's going to be better on the short run at this point than on the long run. So a caution right here would really help him.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've noticed about him. He's pretty good on the short run, kind of falls back on the long run. Don't know if this is part of that or if this is another part of the strategy that he kind of has, and thinking that, you know, let Timothy go up there and race and burn some of that fuel, or...
Well, so Benjamin D opening up about 0.3 of a second here, so not too crazy, but Justin Boyle's putting a little bit of pressure on his teammate, Timothy Latham.
Yeah, Sean, I just got to take a few moments here and just give you kudos for doing this week in and week out. I know sometimes us racers do things just like this. it makes a broadcaster just boggle. I'm just boggled by kind of what is happening right now. So without being able to, you know, talk to the driver or, you know, be part of team chats, able to call this, kudos to you, Sean, for doing this every single week, man.
Oh, well, thanks, man. I mean, we enjoy this. This is a lot of fun for us. And for those of you that don't realize it yet, this is actually Adam's first broadcast. And so what a great broadcast to jump in on with the championship race here at the iVCS. So glad to have you here, buddy. We are going to get another 44 laps in, 43 laps now, and we are going to finish this thing up strong.
Yeah, thanks. No pressure tonight, right?
No, none at all. So just a lot of fun to have you, buddy.
Well, thank you. As we say that, it looks like Chad's, 6-7 car lengths behind Timothy right now. So yeah. Chad's just not letting him go away.
Nope, no reason to. So he's right there with him. I think maybe this is kind of a result of Timothy knowing that he's got Chad right now. And so he's just saving a little bit more fuel just to be sure he can make it the rest of the way. So got a couple guys going into the pits. Ted Pullen going into the pits. Jordan Saylor's in the pits. Kendall LeVron coming out of the pits now. So a few guys on some pit strategies now.
Don, do you have the last pit stop for Benjamin D?
Yeah, Benjamin D last pitted on lap 132, so definitely he's on older tires, which, again, kind of boggles the mind a little bit because he's on 21 lap older tires than Justin Boyles, Timothy Latham, or Chad Guennigsman, and yet he still leads. So that proves that Timothy and Chad are definitely saving tires.
Oh, for sure. But you just got to wonder why that strategy, knowing that everyone else is gonna make it on one more, you know, because he's not gonna have the track position now.
I don't know. It's so hard to judge the strategy because you know you don't know what they're thinking.
No.
It's a lot of fun to see these strategies play out. Now, Benjamin D is blinking out once again. And again, that's very disconcerting for somebody that's right behind him. So luckily there's a little bit of space between him and Justin Boyles right now. But a little bit behind them, Timothy Latham, Chad Guennigsman, 100% on the fuel conserve mode. 100%. Take a look at the lap times here. Between Latham and Guennigsman, they're running 29s right now. So 29 seconds per lap, sometimes even 29.4. And if you move up to Benjamin D, he's running 28.7 with older tires. So no doubt about it, they are definitely on fuel conserve mode. They are going to turn this into a fuel race.
Yeah, I'm going to go hop in one of their cars and just see what they're doing to save fuel. Is it just, you know, letting off early, or are they clutching it yet? Latham is actually clutching it on corner entry.
Yeah, I mean, he is an expert at that too. So Latham is huge on the long game, and the problem with that for Chad is going to be that he still has a little bit of damage, and that little bit of damage might be the difference between him winning this championship or coming in second place.
Yeah, Chad is not clutching it on corner entry, so... You know, Timothy has track position over Chad, and it looks like he's saving a little bit more fuel than Chad is as well. Oh, there he decides to clutch it.
So now he's starting to clutch. So again, fuel race now. Here we go. And I'll be honest, Adam, I love fuel races like this. I love the strategy involved. I want to see what everybody does. The problem that we're having right now with Timothy and Chad is that they're so close out there on the track that they can't really do different strategies all that much.
Oh, and of course you would love it. Being a broadcaster, as a driver, it is probably the most nerve-wracking thing that I have ever done inside of one of these cars here at iRacing is trying to save the fuel, knowing that they still have 35 laps to go and they're already in fuel conserve mode. Because you just have to drive everything so different now. Your brake points change, your turn-in changes, your throttle pickup point is completely changed. So everything that these drivers have been doing and building the muscle memory for and the mind memory for is now changing. It definitely adds a whole nother layer of complexion to this championship race that we have here.
Yeah, you can look here at the stint links there. So Chad Guennigsman ran 64 laps under one stint. Timothy Latham ran 63 under one stint. Now both of them have to stretch it to 67 in order to get to the finish line. So they definitely have to do something to slow themselves down, not burn as much fuel. But again, they got to watch each other as well.
Yes, and these guys knowing that this is, not just a race, but the championship race to win too. So I bet their, heart rate and blood pressure right now is through the roof.
Oh, I bet their hearts are pumping right now, and maybe one day we'll get those broadcasts that we have heart rate monitors and cameras and all that fun stuff. We'll have to try that at some point, but definitely some nerves going on. And I bet these other cars that are around them are a little bit nervous as well. They're watching this whole thing.
Yeah. Sean, do you know how many cars we have on this strategy right now? I want to say I saw Boyles come down with these two. Maybe Dakota did.
And Greg Edney. So those
Okay.
5 cars. So Justin, Timothy, Chad, Dakota, and Greg. All of them headed on lap 153. They're all trying to stretch it. Benjamin D is going to have to pit. So he last pitted on lap 132. So it's just a matter of when. And then Justin Boyles will take over the lead at that point. So, and we should be seeing that pit stop here really shortly. He's coming up on about 58 laps on this fuel. So he is definitely running out here soon. Justin Boyles has a little bit more leeway.
Yeah, I'm going to hop into Boyles and see if he's doing the same thing that our championship two were doing. As far as, is he clutching it into the turn or just, really backing it off?
I don't think he's backing it off nearly as much as what Timothy and Chad are doing. Boyles is about 4 seconds ahead of those two. So he might have waited a little bit longer to start doing that, which would make sense. Boyles is a gambler. And what I mean by that is he is not trying to save anything for a green-white checker. He's trying to make it exactly to lap 220. That's all he cares about because he's hoping this thing stays green. Now, these other two, they have to conserve a little bit more for a green-white checker just in case it happens because otherwise they lose the championship.
Yeah, they definitely have a lot more on the line. I am going to see if I can open up. I'm going to see if I can open up my telemetry and try to get a really good number for what our drivers are doing right now.
While you're doing that, basically out there on the track, not a lot of close racing right now. So everyone has really distanced themselves out. This is the best race on the track right now between Timothy Latham and Chad Guennigsman. So and they are within 7/10 of each other. So everybody else is spread out by at least a second or more from each other. So this is the best race, and this is the race that everybody wants to see. Another 27 laps, and we'll have a champion. And I am definitely hearing some engines cutting off. I'm hearing some clutching going on, some hardcore clutching from Timothy and Chad. So going back up front, Benjamin D still leading this. Now, again, we truly feel like he is going to have to pit here within the next 10 laps or so. He is currently on lap 62 of this run. Don't think we can get it too much further than that. So the best that we've seen so far is 64, and that was Chad Guennigsman, and now they're attempting 67. Benjamin D currently now on about 62. So he is definitely right there on the edge. So out there in the chat, Brad Herman saying, awesome broadcast, guys. Thanks, Brad. We love watching Brad race as well. So if you ever get a chance to go to Mid-South Madness and watch him race, as well as his Twitch channel, a lot of fun to watch him drive around. Great guy, kind of new to iRacing, but man, he knows what he is doing. So I expect to see him in one of these leagues next season as well.
Yeah, I've had the fortunate ability to be able to run with him, and he is a very strong competitor. He's got many great things ahead of him in his iRacing career.
So going back to the big contest here, so Latham and Guennigsman closing the gap down to 0.3 of a second. I wonder if Guennigsman thinks that he can make it at this point.
Yeah, I've kind of got some relatives up, and he's been really reeling in Timothy over these last couple laps here. Unfortunately, I'm not able to pull up their fuel, which does make sense, but sorry, go ahead.
Oh, we got some racing going on now. Go ahead, Adam.
No, I was just I'm guessing Chad thinks that he is good to go, and maybe Timothy is kind of saving for a green-white checker just in case. Because Chad has really reeled him in here, and I noticed he's not clutching it like he was before.
And so maybe he is taking that gamble as well, especially with the little bit of damage that he has of maybe I can make it just to lap 220, and maybe that's all it will take. It is a gamble, but at the same time, what do you have to lose if you're Chad Guennigsman? Oh, you got Ted pulling all over the track back there, so careful, Ted, but we are still green. But like I was saying, Chad, what do you have to lose at this point? You're already in second place. The worst you could do is come in second. Why not lay it all on the line?
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly what you can do right now, which is a benefit to Chad, because Timothy has something to lose, and Chad doesn't right now. He can only go up from here, and that's definitely looks like what he's trying to do right now.
And so we're keeping an eye on this. I will tell you that Benjamin D did go into the pits, so now Justin Boyles inherits the lead. Justin Boyles is 5 seconds ahead of Timothy and Chad. And so we will see if Timothy and Chad decide to speed it up here a little bit here shortly. Out there in the chat, Matthew York saying, go Flying Arrows, bring it home, Ben D. Ben D did just jump into the pits, so he will actually go a lap down. Just got off of that pit strategy, so I think he was waiting for a caution to happen, just never came around. So, but he will get back out there on the track, and he'll be the first car a lap down.
Maybe the fastest car on the track right now.
Well, I said that he was the first car a lap down. It looks like he is only a lap down to Justin Boyles. He's not a lap down to Timothy and Chad, and so he is still technically a lap down, but Justin Boyles is up here ahead. He might be able to gain this lap back on his own.
Yeah, and these drivers are running about 2 seconds slower than their fastest lap times. Man, wouldn't it have been wild to be able to see Benjamin pit as late as he did here, but because everyone's saving tires, saving fuel, obviously Benjamin wouldn't have to do that, and not only unlap himself, but come back and lap pass everybody, and make it back up there for like a top 1 or 2 finish.
Well, you can see exactly what he's doing right now. He is diving in there. Now, look at the times between Boyles and Latham. Remember, Latham is on the fuel conserve strategy, and Boyles is losing time to him. So now Boyles is realizing, uh-oh, I might not have enough fuel. So he is slowed down dramatically.
Yes, and I just saw Dakota have the opportunity to pass Chad. Oh, and he gave it away, but now he's taking it back.
So now Dakota with newer tires as well. So he pitted on lap 197, so just 5-6 laps ago. So he easily makes the pass on Timothy and Chad. And so now he will try to track down Justin Boyles to get back on the lead lap. Justin Boyles, again, in first place right now by about 5.5 seconds. And you can see now Boyles has decided to pour it on a little bit. So he beat Latham that last lap by 0.8 of a second.
Oh, as we got a pass for second. We got Chad on the outside of Timothy here.
This could be the championship right here. And Chad will make the pass on the outside. I think Timothy's still kind of in fuel conserve mode here. He's going to have to do something quick, though. We've only got 15 laps to go.
What a move right there by Chad on the outside.
And you can see that Chad beat him on that lap by 0.5 seconds. And so Chad, it is go time for him. He is not conserving anymore. He is going for it all.
He passed and he is pulling away.
Yeah, he gained almost another 0.5 second there on Timothy Latham. So Timothy's still back there in fuel conserve mode. It's just a matter of time before he turns it on. But Chad is starting to pull away quickly. He is about 0.8 of a second ahead of Timothy Latham. And so we'll watch that battle box down there in the bottom.
I'm on board now with Timothy, and he is no longer, it doesn't appear that he is in fuel save mode. He's not clutching it on corner entry anymore and letting it roll. He's in the gas the whole time here.
All right, so now it comes down to how damaged is Chad's car. How much can Timothy gain here in the last 13 laps? Man, a little while ago, we had Latham about 10 seconds ahead of everybody, and now we've got him trying to track down Guennigsman for the championship.
Now this is an incredible championship to unfold right here. We get to witness.
This is what we were wanting. This is it.
Oh my goodness.
And so, look, I'm going to be completely honest with everybody out there in the audience. Yeah, Justin Boyles is 5 seconds ahead. We love Justin Boyles with all of our hearts. We don't care right now. We're looking at Chad and Timothy because this is the championship. So now 11 laps to go. Latham's starting to creep up a little bit. So we'll pull the lap times back up.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, I got you. Go ahead, man. You're doing good.
Yeah. Yeah, so Timothy was able to gain 0.2 there on Chad. But Chad was able to gain 0.3 there on Justin. So maybe now Justin's realizing that he needs to save a little bit more fuel.
And so let's see how it happens across the line here. And Guennigsman actually beat him out on that lap. So man, they're going back and forth. Guennigsman with a 0.7 of a second lead as it sits right now. 10 laps to go. Woo, I'm getting nervous already.
Oh my goodness. How much fuel do these cars have left in them?
We're about to find out quickly. Timothy Latham catching up really fast on that corner. Oh, he gained a lot of ground there, Adam.
Yeah, I think, Latham did all right, 10 laps, it's time for me to go now.
And so now can Chad hold him off for 9 more laps with a little bit of a damaged car? Latham right on his tail, setting him up for it. Not going to make the pass just yet. I think he's going to try to make it on this next turn. Oh, no, Chad pulls away a little bit.
Yeah, see, I think this goes back to the, mindset of, you were clutching it for so long, and, well, now you're not. Now you're trying to go back to what you were doing, but you were doing, something for, 30, 40 laps. You kind of got to get that out of your head now. And Chad's definitely not giving up the inside there to Tim.
So Latham just really being very patient here. Still 7 laps to go, so still plenty of time for him. He gets out of line here. He goes to the inside. He's going to make the pass on the inside, but Guennigsman's going to get a good run on the outside and take that second position back.
Chad beat him to the entry here.
Oh, they are side by side, and Chad's still going to get that good run. So Chad still holds the second position in the race, but the first position in the championship. Timothy pushing that car really hard now.
This is an incredible battle right here.
So now the question comes in, inside or outside line, because that inside line, you're wearing out those tires. Your tires are already old, and so can you hold that inside line? So I think that Chad might have the advantage here on the outside.
Yeah, he's able to get that run off, corner exit, which is what I try to do, because you get to carry that momentum all the way down the straightaway, which, Timothy's just not able to do that on the inside line there.
So Chad, 5 laps to go. Can he hold off the most winning driver in the league? Again, Chad with only 1 win this entire season at Indianapolis. Can he make the second win the most important win? Coming to 4 laps to go.
Oh my goodness, I thought it was nerve-wracking before. This is craziness. I'm glad I'm not a driver right now in this race.
And again, up front, Justin Boyle still has about a 4 1/4 second lead here, so he will likely win this race. But again, as much as we love Justin, we don't care about that. This is the race for the championship between these 2 cars, coming to 2 laps to go. Nope, 3 laps to go still. So still 3 laps to go. So Chad is going to do everything he can to defend this spot. Oh, now Chad goes deep to the inside. Latham's going to get the good run on the outside. Now Latham's going to try to come down low, but Chad kind of cuts him off a little bit there. So, again, Chad just trying to block at this point.
Yeah, he's almost pulling like a Joey Logano versus Kevin Harvick at Kansas Speedway, only here at Phoenix, or ISM.
And here we go. So Latham's getting a little bit more impatient with 2 laps to go. He almost tapped him on the back there. And so, man, this is getting fun. So, Timothy going deep down to the inside. He's going to try to make it stick. He cannot make it stick. Chad Guennigsman is going to retain that second position. So here we go. Last lap, white flag.
Does Timothy have anything left? Can Chad hold him off?
Timothy's going to try to get a huge run here. It's all he can do. 2 more turns to go, and we name a champion. Timothy going to the outside here. And he is going, he's going to get to the back of him, but that doesn't move Chad at all. Chad coming to the finish line. Chad Guennigsman is your champion. Latham just blew his car up.
He also, I think he ran out of fuel, Sean.
Oh my goodness, Chad Guennigsman. The league champion. Chad. Wow, what a race. Justin Boyles.
To Justin.
Justin Boyles with the win. Oh, and Justin spins Chad, just kind of giving him that congratulatory that tap there. What a great win.
That was an incredible race. Wow.
And now I'm pretty sure that Chad's car is destroyed. so wow, we might not even get a burnout here.
Well, he just drove it down pit road.
Yeah, you see. Get back out there, Chad.
Yeah, go out there and do your donuts. He still has fuel in the car.
But out there right now, you got Justin Boyles doing his thing.
Here he goes.
There we go. He's going to get back out there on the track. And, man, has he earned it. So, probably the most consistent driver in this entire league. And, again, I mean, his MO in this league is to just hang back, and then be there at the finish line. And that is all he did tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he was a lap down at one point in this race, Sean, and came back to finish second and to take on the championship. That's incredible.
What a fun race. And Chad Guennigsman getting those donuts that he deserves. He'll put it into the wall, burn those tires to the ground. That is exactly what he should be doing. Wow, what a great race.
That was incredible. Congratulations to all 4 championship drivers to make it to this point, though. That in itself is an amazing feat.
Wow, what a great time out there. So, all right, let's take a look and see what our results look like officially. So, first and foremost, the winner of the race, Justin Boyles. Congratulations, buddy. You did great out there. He did win that race. Chad Guennigsman, though, with the championship win by coming in second. Huge fuel conserve mode. Same thing with Timothy Latham back there in fourth. Benjamin D bringing home third position for the Flying Arrows. So, man, what a great race for those four. Fifth place, we got Kendall Levron. Sixth place, Dakota Jorgensen. Seventh place, Greg Edney. Eighth place, Ted Pullen. Jordan Sailors and Jason Tripp are 9th and 10th. PJ Engelkins in 11th. Zach York in 12th with a blown engine there. Tim Hendry in 13th. And Oskar Jensen blew that engine a little bit early. He came in 14th. Whew, what a great race. Man, let's start off here. Let's see if we can grab Timothy Latham here and talk to him and see kind of what his thoughts are right now. So, Timothy, hey, Sean and Adam up in the booth. Hey, man, how's it going?
Hey, what's going on?
Man, I know you're disappointed, but you put on a hell of a show.
Yeah, there's really no other person I'd rather race with for this championship than Chad. I know he had the speed all year long. I know you guys didn't really see it too much. He was in a lot of accidents, and I felt like he could have won more than one race. But yeah, I knew he was going to be some stiff competition tonight, and he saved more fuel than I did. That's what it came down to. I knew it was going to be a fuel mileage race, and we got 10 wins this year, so I'm really happy about that. We finished second in the championship. It wasn't a bad year by any stretch of the imagination. So glad to at least have an affiliate teammate win the championship and us finish second.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, what a great run there at the end. So when you came into pit, which was back lap 153-ish, and you saw that you had 67 laps and nobody had done a 67 lap run yet. How confident were you that you could make it all the way to 220?
I knew that I was going to have to save. I didn't realize that I would have to save as much as that I did. But right there at the end, I was comparing the amount of fuel that me and Chad and even Justin had left, and I'm surprised Justin saved as much as he did because he stretched out so far, and he still had more fuel than I did. So I don't know, I don't know if I did anything wrong, if the car was leaking fuel or what, but man, I knew it was going to be a fuel mileage race, and I was just hoping we could save a little bit more there at the end.
Oh, man, we really enjoyed watching it. We enjoyed watching you all season long. Cannot wait to see what you do next season.
I appreciate it. I do plan on being back, so hopefully we can get a bunch of wins next season too.
Absolutely. Is there anybody you'd like to thank before we get you back down here to your team?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I want to thank especially Race Tech Esports for putting this car together. This is one of the best cars I've ever driven at Phoenix. I know I led every lap last time, but I think just everyone wasn't on their game yet. And to have everyone on their game this time and, still finish second was pretty good. I want to thank Rays for the opportunity to be an ambassador. I want to thank partners like Logitech, Corsair, and MSI for powering my gaming rig. And I want to thank everyone that raced me clean and respectfully tonight. It was a blast, and thank you guys for putting on a great show every week too.
Thanks, buddy. We appreciate it. Cannot wait to see what you do next season. We'll see you in February.
All righty. I appreciate it. See you then.
All right. So we will drop him back down in there. You know what? Let's get Justin Boyles up here, talk about his win, and then we'll get Chad in here as well. So let's get Justin Boyles. Justin, Sean, and Adam up in the booth. How's it going, man?
So I was going great, man. How's it going?
Dude, what a great race. And I'll be the first one to apologize to you. When you watch this race back, you're going to hear me say, I don't really care what Justin Boyles is doing right now. We're watching the championship.
No, that's fine, man. I mean, I knew there was a championship battle going on out there, and so no big deal there. I would hope that that's what y'all are watching.
Well, so tell me about, your fuel mileage, because you pitted on lap 153. You knew you had to make it 67 laps, and nobody had made it 67 laps all night long. What was it that gave you the confidence that could work?
Well, we talked about, the plan was me, Chad, and Tim, and we had we all kind of decided that that's what we were going to do. But I think, I was able to be more aggressive with it because those two guys had to, be 100% sure they made it. And I really didn't. If I ran out, I ran out, so be it. But I don't really know what I was doing so different than those guys. They were clutching it in the corner, so I would almost expect them to save more fuel. I wasn't. So I was plenty to the good. I still probably had 2 or 3 laps left, and I know Tim ran out, and Chad said he had 0.1 when he came across the line. So I don't really know what the difference there was, but it worked out.
Well, man, I'm glad it worked out for you. I got to ask you, since you're the captain of iVCS here, and so I know we're going into next season. We're going to get the S-Rock series going. What do you see for next season?
Well, we're excited about next season. I think that we did this long 36 race season, and it was taxing on everybody, and so we're excited to go to a little bit shorter season next year. Going to 18 races. So I think it's going to be a lot more exciting because you're not going to have those midsummer races that you almost feel like don't matter. Everything's going to matter because it's from the beginning of the season it's going to be everybody's trying to make the playoffs. As far as myself, like I said, I'm excited to get this win tonight, and hopefully, we got a long winter. We're going to do a lot of recruitment stuff for the league, but aside from that, I know this entire team will be working hard to try to have an upper hand as we get ready to go into Daytona next February.
Well, man, we appreciate your league. We appreciate you allowing us to broadcast. Man, we have loved every single second of this. This has been a fun night for everybody, a great championship race there at the end. You put on a heck of a show.
Appreciate it, man. And I just want to say congratulations to Chad and Tim. I know Tim, man, he had a great season. There's no argument. He's almost has to feel like Kevin Harvick right now. The only difference is he actually made it to the championship. But congratulations to both those guys. Congrats to Chad. I picked him all week. I told you that last week. I had him picked to win, and I think I was the only one who's had him. So kudos to me on that also. But and congrats to Tim. It was a great season, and those guys did an awesome job. And remember, like I told you, the goal was to grab the win, and one of those guys is championship. So it worked out perfect for us.
Sounds good, man. We'll let you get back to it, and we will see you in February.
All right, appreciate it, guys.
All right, man. All right, so now, Adam, buddy, it's time. It is time to talk to our champion.
Bring him up here.
Let's see if
explain some things.
Yeah, he's got some explaining to do. Chad Guennigsman, Sean, and Adam up in the booth. How's it going, man? Oh, he's speechless. Chad, are you with us?
Said connecting there for a little bit.
There we go. So, hey, man, congratulations. First off, what an incredible race. What an incredible fuel saving that you did there. How are you feeling, buddy?
That was probably the greatest battle I've had all year, I think. Definitely up there with the ones I've had, and got to race against the best Timothy tonight. He dominated everywhere we went, and it was just really fun to be able to race him for the championship.
Oh, man. Go ahead, Adam.
Quick question. What was kind of going through your mind there, for about the last, 15 or so laps when, you guys were nose to tail the entire time?
Pretty much the only thing I think was I hope I have more fuel than him, because me and him were saving that entire last run, and I know Boyles hit at the same time as us, and he managed to save as much and beat us by 5 seconds, so I had no idea how Justin did it, but yeah, that's all I can think. I was hoping I had enough, and I knew we were going to be close, and I think I crossed the line with maybe a quarter of a lap left. I think Tim was sputtering. It was just basically fell right in my hands with having to put down really consistent laps and be able to save fuel.
Yeah, that's that was my thing. Fuel mileage, out the window. Just knowing that you have a guy that has won 10 races in this league, this season, right behind you every single lap, pressuring you. How were you able to kind of keep calm and not make a mistake?
I guess it kind of helps knowing that he won 9 races, because it's kind of his championship to lose, even though in a one race format anybody can control their own destiny. But just knowing that if it was a regular season, he would have had it locked up, and I was kind of racing on borrowed time. And then knowing that he was going to race me clean, I could just go out there and do my thing, and I knew it would be a good finish, and I'm glad we had enough fuel.
Yeah. Congratulations. This is the first race that I've seen from iVCS. I'm saddened that this was the last one because it was amazing. But I'm definitely looking forward to watching them next year and maybe calling some with Sean. But congratulations, Chad. Great run tonight.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I just want to thank everybody from Legacy Esports who helped us work on the set. A Bruzy, Butt Kicker, and Oculus glasses. Reaper, Speed Labs for the setups. And then I just want to thank my teammates Justin, Tim, and Dakota for being there all year, and thank everybody in the league for having good races all year. And then looking forward to next year.
Well, man, it has been fun watching you race. I cannot wait to see what you do next season. So we will see you then. It starts in February, so everybody get ready because we've got a new champion and a defending champion now.
Yep, and thank you guys for the broadcast all year. It was fun.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll let you get right back to celebrating. Congratulations, $235 and the die-cast car, which is going to look amazing on your mantle. So, man, congratulations. Just have fun tonight.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
All right, Adam, what a great close to the season here. I mean, you can see 2020 champion Chad Guennigsman. Like Justin said, a lot of people didn't put him in that position, but you just never know when it comes to iRacing.
No, you definitely don't. Some people are good at these tracks, some people are not so good, and that's what's nerve-wracking about the one race playoff. You can just like Timothy tonight, just kind of barely missed it, and able to have somebody else come in. But then someone like Chad, who only won once this year, but was strong, and that's what it takes is being consistent, and he definitely was at the right time of the season.
Definitely. So now let's talk about next season once again. So the S-Rock series begins February 12th. So just a couple days before the actual NASCAR season starts as well. They start at Daytona. We're starting to get Daytona as well. So NASCAR schedule, 75% distance, $10 a week to get in. And then the Open Cup series, obviously, that's what we're doing right here. But $500 first place. So more than double the money. We hope that everybody comes back to join us. Everybody out in the chat, thank you guys for being here. For myself, Sean Griffith, and for my co-broadcaster tonight, Adam Pettit, we wish everybody a great end of the season, and we hope to see every single one of you here next season as well as we watch it here with Chad burning it down. Chad Guennigsman, our 2020 iVCS champion. Congratulations, Chad. Everybody have a fantastic night, and we will see you soon.